day tonight in an all-too-familiar spot. The Red Sox ace takes the mound this evening against Terry Francona's Cincinnati Reds in Game 1 of a 3-game set at Fenway Park as Boston looks to rebound from a loss. From the Ford Clubhouse Fenway studio in Boston, I'm Joe Weil, and this is the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. We got first pitch coming up at 7:10. Will Fleming and Will Middlebrooks have the call here from Fenway. And first pitch is brought to you by Jeffrey Glassman Injury Lawyers, Boston's go-to injury attorney for over 30 years. If you've been hurt in a car or work accident, you got to get Glassman. Call all sevens at 617-777-7777. Boston's coming off its third consecutive series loss. Of course, the Sox just dropped 2 out of 3 against the Blue Jays. They sit at 41-44 now on the year. So they're 8 games back of the Yankees for first place in the American League East. And then on top of that, they're 3 games back of the Seattle Mariners for that third wild card spot. Meanwhile, the Reds, they're playing some good baseball. They've actually won 6 of their last 7 series. They're coming off a series against the Padres in which they took 2 out of 3 games, and they're 44-40 overall, just 2.5 games out of the third wildcard spot in the National League. And Sunday for the Red Sox, it was another tough game, not only for the offense, but also Walker Buehler. As Buehler, he gave up a couple of home runs in the first inning, a pair of solo home runs that came back-to-back. He then settled down after that. He ended up tossing 31 pitches through the first 3 innings before things unraveled in the fourth. Nate Eaton, he misplayed a line drive to third off the bat of Nathan Lucas. Then Ernie Clement walked to put runners on first and second. And then the 7-batter in the lineup, Andres Jimenez, stepped to the plate. And here's the play of last night's game brought to you by Nissan. Nissan is here to help you save this summer with lower MSRPs on Rogue and Pathfinder. The possibilities are endless. Visit your local dealer today.
The payoff pitch again from Buehler is swung on line right field, sinking down a base hit on one hop in front of Anthony. Wave around third, throw to the plate is not in time. Lucas, who was running, goes across the plate standing up. It's a go-ahead RBI single for Andres Jimenez, and Toronto takes a 3-2 lead, all with 2 outs in the fourth against Buehler.
So that made it a 3-2 game, and then Walker Buehler, he ended up issuing back-to-back walks after that. That allowed another run to come in to score. He ends up allowing 4 runs in 4 innings of pitch. He gave up 4 hits, walked 3 and struck out 3, and now his ERA for just the month of June specifically finishes at 11.07, and the Sox ended up falling by a score of 5-3. So Boston ends up dropping 2 out of 3 against Toronto, and now they're 3-7 against the Jays this year. But Walker Buehler, after the game, answered a question about if he feels like his starting spot on the team is in jeopardy.
Yeah, I think I'm fighting for my spot in the game, honestly. I think at some point, throwing the way that I've thrown, there's not a lot of places for 7 ERA starting pitchers in the big league. So, I don't know what the next step is, and obviously, I want to take the ball every 5th day and keep going and keep fighting. And but at the end of the day, we have depth and talent in this organization, and there are realities in this game. So, kind of regardless of whatever happens, I'll kind of keep going and keep trying to figure it out. I think I kind of owe that to my family and to myself, given the rehab that we go through and what that does to you. And I'm going to find it and have a run. I just don't know when or where that'll be.
Yeah, so we'll see if Walker Buehler can rebound in any way after a brutal month of June. And the Red Sox, because he did not have a good start, once again find themselves in a spot in which they have to turn to Garrett Crochet after a loss. It's the 13th time this season that Garrett Crochet is making a start after a Red Sox loss. So we'll see if the Sox can bounce back today against the Reds. And let's get you today's starting lineups, brought to you by Herb Chambers. At Herb Chambers, we don't sell cars, we help people buy them. And here is the 9 for the Reds today. It's TJ Friedl leading things off in center field. Matt McClain, he bats second and plays second. Ellie De La Cruz, excited to watch him here at Fenway Park. He bats third. He's the shortstop. Austin Hayes, the DH. Spencer Steer out in left field batting 5th. Tyler Stevenson bats 6th. He's the catcher. And then 7, 8, 9 looks like this. Reese Hines in right field. Christian Encarnacion Strand at first. And Santiago Espinal rounds out the 9 as the third baseman. Let's get you the 9 now for the Red Sox. It's Jarren Duran back in the leadoff spot after hitting 6 yesterday against the lefty, but a right-hander on the mound for the Reds. We'll get to the pitching matchup in a little bit, but Duran's out in left field. Roman Anthony back in the 2 spot as the DH, and he had a good series against the Jays. He ended up going 6 for 13 in that 3-game set with 3 doubles. So batting second, once again, the designated hitter. Abraham Toro bats third today, and he is at first base. Carlos Narvaez, who had a home run yesterday, he bats fourth, and he's the catcher. Wilyer Abreu bats fifth. He's out in right field. Trevor Story, who has stolen a base in back-to-back games, he bats sixth, plays shortstop. 7, 8, 9 looking like this for the Sox today. Marcelo Meyer off the bereavement list. He's at third base. David Hamilton gets to start at second tonight. And the red-hot Cedon Rafaela rounds out the 9 in center field. Alex Bregman, of course, not a part of the starting lineup, still on the IL as he recovers from that right quad strain back in May. But he did speak with the media today about his progress and how positive the progress has been for him. And he is the star of the McFarland Energy 2-Minute Grill with Rob Bradford, presented by McFarland Energy, the region's most dependable provider of home heating oil, including BioHeat, as well as expert HVAC services at McFarlandEnergy.com. And here is Alex Bregman.
We want to listen to you, and you say you're almost close to 100%.
Yeah, I feel really good. Today was the best I felt during the rehab process. The fast side ran and resumed full baseball activity. So this is a lot of weeks ahead of what we predicted. So we're kind of taking it day by day when it comes to that, because obviously you don't want to rush it too much, but we're very far ahead of where we thought we'd be at this point. And yeah, ran the fastest I ran today, resumed full activity, hitting, defense, throwing, and running around straight and curved as well. So we got a lot of running on the agenda this week, so hopefully everything continues to go smooth. And yeah.
What acknowledgement? No, what do you need to check off? What's the last thing?
Well, I think building volume, obviously, at high speeds, because I don't just in baseball you don't just run like fast one time and then stop. You run pretty hard and then you stop for a while and then run hard again, and so just building the volume of doing it at a high speed. I think baseball activity has resumed really well, so I feel like obviously that'll take a little bit of time, but it's been smooth so far. But the biggest thing at this is just being able to run at high speed without thinking about it and being able to play baseball freely.
With the acknowledgement that your day-to-day, how does this kind of accentuate your return? That you have a better understanding of your timetable, that you've been able to move things ahead weeks, as you said?
Yeah, well, I think today was super good. I haven't been able to kind of circle up with the group yet after it and kind of talk about how good today was, but we'll circle up after this and kind of see how we're going to navigate the next week. But definitely a huge step in the right direction, and got another ultrasound yesterday that corroborated that and said that I'm healing really well. So all things are doing well so far. So hopefully keep it rolling.
Do you know kind of what a rehab assignment, not when, but what you would be, how long a rehab assignment would be for you, or what you have to do there to check out the boxes?
I'm not sure if I'm just not sure yet, honestly, if it's going to entail going on rehab or if it's going to be kind of simulating the volume here and getting back to playing in big league games right away. So it's kind of we're kind of going to discuss that either today or here in the next few days as far as what the next steps look like. But I think all options are on the table, really, whether it's going on a rehab assignment or not going on one and just going straight into playing up here and maybe kind of easing the way back in at this level, and just kind of, it's honestly whatever they want me to do, really.
Do you feel like you could be back ahead of the All-Star break?
Possibly. We'll see. Today was really good, so we'll see what the group says. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself because today was the best it's been, but we'll just got to see how we come out of it tomorrow and everything like that. But could be here soon. We'll see.
When you mentioned the ultrasound, like, does that show complete healing?
It just showed that it's healing exceptionally well. So.
A little off topic, but Scott Boras had said that he was open to negotiating a contract. Just what your thoughts when you saw that, or your thoughts on that matter?
I think we're on the same page, Scott and I. Obviously, open to listen to whatever the team has to say, and yeah.
Is it a priority to get an extension with the Red Sox? Is that something you're focused on, or is it?
Honestly, I'm focused on getting back on the field and trying to help this team win baseball games, and getting back as soon as possible, as healthy as possible, and making a push to get into this race and get into the postseason. When I signed here in the first place, I believe this team is a team that could play playoff baseball, and I still believe that. And I'm focused on getting back and contributing and helping this team do that.
All right, so that was Alex Bregman talking with the media today about his recovery from the quad strain, and this is all great stuff. Everything he said made you really encouraged, made you feel really good about where things are at, and if you can get him back before the All-Star break, that's even better, because we expected to see Alex Bregman at some point after the All-Star break. But obviously, the earlier the better, with especially this team being 41-44 right now. Let's quickly get you today's pitching matchup, which is brought to you by Town Fair Tire. For the best prices on tires, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. Garrett Crochet, as we mentioned, on the hill today for the Red Sox for the 18th time, 7-4, 2.06 ERA. And then on the other side, it's Chase Burns making his second career start, second overall pick by the Reds last year. This kid is electric, and he ended up striking out 8 Yankees batters in his major league debut. He struck out the first 5 batters also in his debut. So he's got a fastball that averages 98. This should be a really fun pitching matchup here from Fenway Park this evening. And you can watch the Red Sox pregame show on Twitch. Just follow WEEI. Brought to you by Subaru of New England. It's going to be a Subaru summer. Find your 2025 Subaru at SubaruofNewEngland.com. Coming up in about 15 minutes, you'll hear Will Fleming's pregame chat with Red Sox manager Alex Cora. That's brought to you by your New England Ford dealers. Hurry in to get employee pricing on the full lineup of vehicles. Ford, from America, for America. But coming up next, we got Will Middlebrooks joining us from the Joe Castiglione radio booth as we get you set for Red Sox versus Reds here from Fenway Park. I'm Joe Wild. This is the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow.
20% off sunglasses from Shadon Precision Eyewear. Hurry over to SeeBetterPlayBetter.com and use promo code SPRING. See better and play better with Shadon. That's SeeBetterPlayBetter.com. Promo code SPRING.
Your burger is served, and this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. Its sweet profile perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger.
That is one perfect combination. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
Introducing the 2025 Subaru Forester Hybrid. Explore up to 581 miles on a single tank in our most fuel-efficient Forester ever, with a self-charging battery for uninterrupted adventure. A little love goes a long way in the Subaru Forester Hybrid, starting at $34,995. Details at SubaruofNewEngland.com.
Thumbtack presents Uncertainty Strikes. I was surrounded. The aisle and the options were closing in. There were paint rollers, satin and matte finish, angle brushes, and natural bristles. There were too many choices. What if I never got my living room painted? What if I couldn't figure out what type of paint to use? What if I just used Thumbtack? I can hire a top-rated pro that knows everything about interior paint, easily compare prices, and read reviews. Thumbtack knows homes. Download the app today.
You're listening to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
And this is the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. It's another gorgeous night here at Fenway Park. Red Sox and Reds getting ready to do battle in Game 1 of a 3-game set. And joining us now from the Joe Castiglione radio booth is Will Middlebrooks. And Will, you get to be back with Will Fleming tonight in the radio booth. You get to see a great pitching matchup as well. Who's got it better than you, my man?
Maybe you, Joe. I don't know. It's been, 2 weeks or so since I've been on radio. I've been over on TV the last couple weeks, and it has not been a fun 2 weeks. You know,
Yeah,
I started when I flew and met the team in Seattle, and that's the flight that Rafi Devers was on and then wasn't on, and I've been on TV since then, so it's been a long couple weeks.
Well, maybe that we have you in the radio booth, the vibes of the team will change, and we hope it starts today against the Reds. But yeah, the pitching matchup today, Will, is going to be so much fun to watch because you got this electric rookie on the other side in Chase Burns, and then we have our guy in Garrett Crochet, and they need him once again, coming off yet another loss, but he seems to be up for the task pretty much every time he gets out there. What's impressed you the most about just the way he's handled the workload now that we've gotten into a couple months into the season, and you look at the leaderboard across Major League Baseball, this guy's right at the top in strikeouts, but also right at the top in innings pitched.
Yeah, it was, 109 innings pitched through 17 innings, and I think he struck out 135. So he's pretty much as advertised, right? You look at wins and losses, and you're like, wait, why are they not winning games? But he just doesn't get much run support. So hopefully they can score some runs off the young flamethrower in Burns. But to your point, I mean, right, ERA right around 2. He goes out there, gives you a chance to win every day. And when you have guys like that, as a player behind them or a player on this team, you wake up and you go, okay, we got a really good chance, regardless of who we're playing, of winning a ball game today.
On the flip side, though, Will, how deflating is it when you don't win as many games as you'd like to win when you have a guy like that on the mound?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of deficiencies right now, and unfortunately there have been multiple things going wrong with this team at once, and at the big league level, opposing teams, regardless of their win-loss record, are going to take advantage of you don't catch and throw the baseball cleanly, if you don't throw strikes, if you don't hit with runners in scoring position, and all those things all come to a head and you lose a lot of baseball games. And we've seen that here lately, and this is a young team right now, right? You're without Bregman, you're without, even if you want to say you're without Casas, who is a guy you're expecting to be a big bat in the middle of the lineup. Now you're without Rafi Devers, and you're saying, all right, we're putting a lot of, we're relying on these young guys to grow up fast and be big bats and players in this organization and carry us, and there's going to be growing pains when you go through that, and I think we're seeing that right now. And you just hope that they play well enough. You know, you have Washington coming up, you have Colorado coming up, and you're hoping they can win enough games over the next 3 weeks or so that this front office goes, all right, let's add. Otherwise, Chapman's going to be gone. There could be a left-handed hitting outfielder gone, and you want to keep this group together if you can just tread water and stay within striking distance of this wild card spot when you get Bregman back, and hopefully go add a bat and an arm.
Yeah, and you mentioned Alex Bregman too, Will, as it's related to all that, because you're right. The trade deadline is starting to come up here, but it was great to hear Alex Bregman today say that he feels like he could possibly come back before the All-Star break. How much more would that improve the Red Sox to get him back maybe a week or two earlier than we thought we might get a chance to see him?
Yeah, I watched his entire workout. I got here early today. I watched him throw, watched him take ground balls. I watched him run the bases, which is obviously the biggest part of that. And listening to him say, I don't know if I'm going to have a rehab stint in AAA to get at bats or not, which obviously you miss this amount of time. It would be nice to at least go get, 3-4 games under your belt and just see some live pitching, play live baseball. Now, they have this Traject system where you can face live pitching, where it's a live person on a screen. It's a video screen, and it throws their exact pitches based off of spin rate and spin axis and all this, and it's their exact pitches. You can face any pitcher at the big league level. It's pretty cool. So that's going to help, expedite that whole rehab process of him getting real at bats. But part of that is not, that's just in the cage hitting. That doesn't replicate game speed on the bases and scoring from first, or turning it on trying to score from second on a single, or ranging to your left on a ball in the infield, and that quad will be affected. So I would probably, as much as I would say no rehab assignment, come back. If that's the case, I would say give him a couple days, because there's going to be a little rust to kick off.
Yeah, and if they can get him in the lineup, obviously that just improves so much, because the lineup has fallen off. Obviously, since Rafael Devers, but you could even stretch it back further to when Alex Bregman got hurt. Let's hit on a couple lineup points, Will. And Roman Anthony, 6 for 13 in this series against the Blue Jays, and you and me and a lot of people were talking about, okay, the underlying metrics, they look good, but obviously the results weren't there. The results have finally come. How impressed have you been with what you've seen here from the last week from him?
Well, it's a result-driven industry. We know that. And at the end of the day, underlying metrics, your baseball savant page being read, all that doesn't matter unless you're producing. unless you're a 21-year-old kid who's just getting your feet wet at the big league level, then I think it does matter. And it shows that he's having good at-bats. He's taking his walks. He's hitting the ball hard. He's swinging at the right pitches, making the right swing decisions. So with the lack of experience at this level, I think he looks really good. It's good to see the hits starting to fall. And you have to look at, at some point that was going to be the case, the way he's been hitting the baseball. And I hope they just stick with him. Let him play every day. Let him continue to develop, because this is going to be a special player. I think we all know that.
Yeah, and again, the results have been there, and that's the beauty of what we've seen here for the last couple days. Hopefully we see it here against the Reds. The guy batting number 9, Will, Cedar Rafaela, 898 OPS over his last 29 games. In this last series, we saw some extra base hits off the bat as well. He looks like a completely different player from what we saw in the first couple months of the year. What have you seen from him that's allowed him to kind of jump off here and hit the way he has recently?
Well, I think, first off, kudos to the coaching staff. I know they take a lot of heat when the team doesn't play well, and that's, I get it. That's part of it. But they didn't take away Cedar Rafaela's go button. We talked about that a little earlier when you're in the booth hanging out. And it's so easy to look at a guy like that who is a free swinger and say, hey, you got to take a pitch. Hey, you got, and you started seeing the league adapt to him and start throwing him pitches out of the zone the first couple pitches of the at-bat because he was chasing. So the biggest difference I've seen, the biggest change, he's not aggressive out of the zone. He's getting pitches within the zone, and he's remaining aggressive but he's starting to take more pitches. He's not chasing as much. The best part about him as a young player, he takes his chances early in counts, and I'm totally fine if you do that and swing and miss. You buy yourself another pitch, because he has gotten to the point with 2 strikes, he's making more contact, he's shortening up, he's kind of putting his driver away and pulling out the 4-iron off the tee box instead with 2 strikes, which is making him more of a complete hitter, because he's got to know with his speed, singles are okay, because that means you can get on second base pretty quick.
Yeah, the loud contact you'll certainly take. Final thing for you, Will, before I let you go. Jarren Duran, we know we want to see that bat get going here, and especially with some trade rumors circling around him. What have you seen, especially over these last 8 games where he's just 5 for 30?
Yeah, he's pulling off. I mean, everything is, and that comes when you feel like your timing is off and you're late to the fastball and everything starts flying off. And from the booth, I have a really good angle from up top watching his body and the direction and everything moving towards the right side of the infield and pulling off those pitches away. And when he does get pitched in, when your body's moving like that, your hands get away from your body, your swing gets long, you get those rollovers or jam shots. He's got to get back over the shortstop's head, back to left center line drive mentality. He'll be just fine.
And hopefully that gets rolling tonight. Will, glad we got you back here on the radio side of things. We missed you. We missed you. And look forward to hearing the call.
Huh? How about that?
How about that, Will? All right. Appreciate the time as always.
Thanks, Joe.
All right, you can watch the Red Sox pregame show here on Twitch. Just follow WEEI. It's going to be a Subaru summer. Find your 2025 Subaru at SubaruofNewEngland.com. And coming up next, we have Will Fleming's pregame chat with Red Sox manager Alex Cora. And that's presented by your New England Ford dealers as we get you set for Red Sox versus Reds here from Fenway. I'm Joe Wild. This is the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow.
Rarely does a product come to the game of professional golf that is so quickly embraced by the pros. Shade-In Precision Eyewear is that product. Go to SeeBetterPlayBetter.com and find out why Shade-In sunglasses are trusted by tour players and their caddies. Shade-In is so confident in their product, they're offering a 30-day money-back guarantee. Go to SeeBetterPlayBetter.com and use the code SPRING to receive 20% off your order. That's SeeBetterPlayBetter.com and the code SPRING to experience golf's finest eyewear.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6812. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 five-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6812. That's 800-575-6812. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Attention, small business owners. Do you need funding for your business? At lendseek.com, we provide revenue-based working capital programs from $20,000 to $1 million. So whether it's funding for inventory, equipment, expansion, payroll, or other needs, seek no more. All it takes is just one simple application to access over 100 funding products that are powered through our breakthrough AI-enabled lending platform to get you the best options in today's marketplace. If you've been in business for at least 1 year with monthly revenue of at least $50,000, you could receive the business funding you need when it matters most, regardless of your personal credit score. Funds in your account in just 24 hours with no collateral, no prepayment penalties, and no restrictions on how you use the funds. There's no obligation and zero out-of-pocket costs. So apply for the business funding you need today at lendseek.com. That's LENDSEEK.com.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio.
Hi, it's Eric and Renee Peabody with Window World of Boston.
When it comes to new windows, most homeowners don't have all the facts. When you work with Window World, your curb appeal goes up. Windows beautify your home, and we offer a wide selection, including custom wood.
We also never use high-pressure sales or gimmicks. Our customer volume lets us deliver everyday low pricing from as little as $99 per month for a house full of windows installed.
New windows also improve the value of your home, and with built-in energy savings, they help pay for themselves. Your energy bills could go down by as much as thousands.
Plus, all our windows are Energy Star rated, but we encourage you, shop around. We're simply the best for less.
We've also got award-winning customer service, and we've earned the Good Housekeeping seal of approval. So while $99 a month for a house full of windows installed is impressive, we're even prouder of our 5-star reviews. It's time to love where you live. Locally owned.
Nationally known. Visit us at windowworldofboston.com.
Your burger is served. And this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. Its sweet profile perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger.
That is one perfect combination. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
You don't need a ticket to Fenway to feel like you're there, because when you're sipping a cold Sam Adams, you're never far from the Green Monster. At the ballpark, or on your back porch, or crowding a couch with friends, Sam Adams turns every spot into a front row seat. The beer's cold, the grill's hot, and the game is always on. It's how Boston drinks baseball. Sam Adams, the official beer of Fenway. Whether you're at home or at the park, it's not a Sox game without Sam. Boston Beer Company, Boston, Mass. Savor the flavor responsibly.
This is Alex Cora. You are listening to the home of the Red Sox, WEEI.
And Alex Cora's team getting ready for a matchup against his former manager, Terry Francona, on the other side for the Reds, as we get you set for Red Sox versus Reds. Game 1 of a 3-game set here from Fenway Park. This is the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. Joe Weil with you inside the Ford Clubhouse Fenway studio. And before every game, we interview Red Sox manager Alex Cora. And Alex Cora on WEEI is brought to you by your New England Ford dealers. Hurry in to get employee pricing on the full lineup of vehicles. Ford, from America, for America. And here is Will Fleming with the Red Sox manager Alex Cora.
Cincinnati Reds in town, game one with the manager Alex Cora. And Alex, one of those weekends like a lot this season where your team battles yesterday, get a chance to win a series. You have opportunities to score runs. Situational hitting kind of comes up a little short. But overall, what'd you make of the weekend against the Blue Jays?
I actually feel a lot better today than how I felt when we came here from the West Coast trip. We played well the last two. We just didn't win a game yesterday. But I think the effort, the at-bats, the defense was good. Obviously, pitching-wise, we had that bad inning there with Walker. But overall, for me, you know, I'm very pleased how we're trending. And we're about to get healthy, which is the most important thing, and we're going to be in a good spot.
About that health, so Masa's going to go on a rehab tomorrow. Do you have any timeline on how long he needs to be there before he can rejoin you?
I have a pretty good idea how long it's going to take, but we just have to let him play, and he's going to let us know. And we're very excited about the fact that he's going to join us sooner rather than later. He's in a good spot, excited about the opportunity to come here and contribute, but let's take care of step one, and then we'll go.
So we look out between us and the monster is number two, and it's probably like a caged animal trying to kind of contain him. He would play today if you let him. Any updates on Alex when we might see him again?
He's feeling good. He's feeling good and trending in the right direction. Obviously, the medical staff has done an outstanding job getting him into this point, but we have to be patient. We have to be patient. He's very important for what we're trying to accomplish, and for us to rush him back and then have a setback, we're not gonna, forgive ourselves for that.
You said last time that after that first inning, you saw some real signs from Walker. And he said yesterday he feels like he's fighting for his spot in this game. I'm sure you would push back on that. But what did you make of his start yesterday?
I thought he had great stuff for 3 innings, for actually 3 2/3. You know, the homers are the homers. Solo shots, we can live with that. Then we had 2 outs in the fourth, and that happened, right? And I think... we weren't able to throw strikes for 3 hitters there, put us in a bad spot. But overall, stuff-wise and execution-wise, I know we cannot take away the 4th inning, but it was a good one.
You've been talking about how it's hard to teach young kids at the major league level. Situational hitting, things like that. But yet you say the defense has been so much better. Is that a product of things you guys have been talking about up here?
Just being patient. It's kids learning at the big league level, and patience is going to pay it off. And so far this week, I think it was good. And we're going to continue to do that. We're not having too many moving parts in a sense. Trevor is playing every day at short. Marcelo is playing almost every day at third base, so that really helps. And then the outfield has been solid, and behind the plate, Carlos and Wonger have been great.
Roman Anthony, big weekend at the plate. Do you think there's a correlation between his patience, the fact that he's shown the league that he's willing to walk, he finally starts to see a few more pitches to hit?
No, I don't think so. I think, the numbers are the numbers. He's been hitting the ball hard since he got called up. It just happened that this weekend he found green, and the approach is great. The patience is awesome. He controls the zone. And if you do that, you're going to be one of the best hitters in the league.
The Cincinnati team comes in rolling, managed by your old friend. You prepare for this team. We see them once a year. What stands out when you watch the film on these Reds?
They got good arms and they're athletic. That's what they do. The Reds organization, they have done an amazing job throughout the years, kind of like producing arms, and today is one of them, right? Good fastballs, good breaking balls. The reason they're always in the hunt is because they pitch.
Your guy, Crochet, I saw today 12 of his 16 starts have come after a Red Sox loss. And he's certainly handled that really well. What stands out and impresses you the most about his mentality on the mound?
I think it's the preparation before that. He's always locked in. He can have a good one or a bad one tonight, and he'll be ready for the Nationals, and the process starts tomorrow. And that's the thing he did the last 4 or 5 days, get ready for this one. And he understands who he is. That's the most important thing, and he's been really good for us.
I'm sure it doesn't surprise you that Tito has really helped this young Reds team. Is there a thing or two when you were around? I mean, you talk about him all the time, the things that he showed you and that you learned from him. Are there a couple things that stand out the most about your time around Tito?
He let the players be the players. You know, he didn't try to overcoach them. Just keep it very simple, and the door was always open. You know, that was the most important thing. But you know, he let Euclid play, Pedroia play, David do his thing. You know, and I think at the end of the day, you know, yeah, we got a lot of things to do. You know, from the media to managing the game and all of that. But at the end of the day, those guys are the ones that dictates what happened from 7 to 10, and he does an amazing job with that.
Don't you think in your career here, guys like Duran and now Cedon and so many others have sort of borne that out? If you just give them a little runway, they can pay it back?
I think it's everywhere. You know, I think at this level, the way we're rushing players to the big leagues, patience comes into play. If you're not patient, then, you know, you're doing a disservice to the organization and to the players. So sometimes it looks ugly, but you just close your eyes and then move on to the next one.
A couple quick ones just on the business side. So Sogard goes back down, Marcelo off the bereavement list. Again, Sogard, you've said it so many times, when he's here, feels like he can really help your team, but this roster right now doesn't necessarily have a spot for him. Would you like it to work itself out so Nick can be here more long term?
I mean, when you have good players, this is what happens, you know, and he'll be ready for the next one. He did an outstanding job for 3 days here, play good defense, put good at-bats, and we're very proud of him.
Anyway, you get a big piece out of the bullpen for Rafi. Jordan Hicks, who, you know, was a starter, was a back-end reliever for the Cardinals. The Giants, and you were in on it. What do you see from him, and what do you hope that he can do for this bullpen?
He brings stuff to the bullpen. You know, he's 100 miles per hour. We good secondary stuff. He's excited about the opportunity to go out there and compete, and I'm very excited to have him in the bullpen.
We appreciate the time. Good luck.
Thank you, Will.
All right, that is Alex Cora with our very own Will Fleming. Big matchup tonight, Red Sox versus Reds. And again, very cool that Alex Cora gets to face off as a manager against his former manager, Terry Francona. And those two won a World Series together in 2007. Let's once again get you today's starting lineups brought to you by Herb Chambers. At Herb Chambers, we don't sell cars, we help people buy them. And here is the 9 for the Reds. TJ Friedel in center field, Matt McLean at second base, Ellie De La Cruz the shortstop, Austin Hayes at DH, Spencer Steer at left field, Tyler Stevenson is the catcher, Reese Hines in right, Christian Encarnacion Strand, he's at first, and Santiago Espinal rounds out the 9 as the third baseman. The 9 for the Red Sox, Jarren Duran leads things off in left field. Roman Anthony in the number 2 spot. He is the DH, 6 for 13 in that Toronto series. He had 3 doubles also in that series as well. Abraham Toro, he bats third. He's the first baseman. 27th start for Toro at first. Carlos Narvaez catches Crochet today. He bats cleanup as well. Wilyer Abreu, he's out in right field batting 5th. Trevor Story batting 6th, the shortstop. 7-8-9 looking like this. Welcome back Marcelo Meyer. He is at third base batting 7th. Missed this last series against the Blue Jays because he was on the bereavement list. Batting 8th, David Hamilton at second base. And then the red-hot Cedon Rafaela, who has an 898 OPS over his last 29 games. He bats 9th, and he is a center fielder. And once again, the pitching matchup, it's going to be really fun. Garrett Crochet going for the Sox against Chase Burns of the Reds, who's making his second career start. Crochet, second in the sport in Fangraph wins above replacement, third in baseball among starters in ERA with a 2.06 mark. He's also first in the American League in innings pitched, second in baseball in strikeouts with 135. He has been awesome. The Sox got to win more of his starts, though, just 10-7 in his outings. And then for Chase Burns, he pitched against the Yankees in his first outing, struck out 8 batters, and then he struck out the first 5 he faced, too. Aaron Judge in that pack. He became the first starter since at least the expansion era, going back to 1961, to strike out 5 consecutive batters to open a debut. So remarkable stuff, and he gets to face off against another marquee franchise, making the start here at Fenway tonight. Less than a year after being drafted second overall by the Reds a season ago. Got drafted out of Wake Forest, where he was the ACC Pitcher of the Year. So expect a lot of very fast fastballs tonight from these two starters. Coming up next, we'll get you the lock of the game presented by Interlock Roofing. We'll also get you a Subaru of New England scoreboard update as well as we continue to get you ready for Boston versus Cincinnati here at Fenway Park. I'm Joe Wild. This is the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow.
There are two types of golfers, those that can hit solid golf shots wearing sunglasses and those that wish they could. Shadin Precision Eyewear is all about better vision and better golf. If you're lacking confidence to wear sunglasses while hitting golf shots, go to seebetterplaybetter.com and learn why so many tour players and their caddies have switched to the Shadin brand. Use the code SPRING to get 20% off and a 30-day money-back guarantee. That's seebetterplaybetter.com and the code SPRING to see the golf course like you've never seen it before.
Thumbtack presents Uncertainty Strikes. I was surrounded. The aisle and the options were closing in. There were paint rollers, satin and matte finish, angle brushes, and natural bristles. There were too many choices. What if I never got my living room painted? What if I couldn't figure out what type of paint to use? What if I just used Thumbtack? I can hire a top-rated pro that knows everything about interior paint, easily compare prices, and read reviews. Thumbtack knows homes. Download the app today.
Since 1983, Nissan has been assembling award-winning vehicles for you, right here in America. And this summer, we're committed to keeping our lineup affordable and free from new tariffs. That's why we've lowered MSRP on our best-selling Rogue and Pathfinder. So you can get the car you want, at the price you want, knowing Nissan is here for you. Hurry into your local Nissan dealer today to save big during the Nissan Summer Sales Event.
Now get 0% APR financing for 60 months on Rogue or Pathfinder. For a limited time until supplies last, assembled with U.S. and imported parts. Available on 2025 Nissan Rogue or 2025 Nissan Pathfinder from new dealer stock. Example, 0% APR financing for 60 months at $1,667 per month per thousand financed. Actual down payment may vary, subject to NMAC credit approval. Not all buyers qualify. Dealer contribution may affect actual price set by dealer. Contact dealer for details. N7725.
Hi, Zoe Saldana. Welcome to T-Mobile. Here's your new iPhone 16 Pro on us.
Thanks. And here's my old phone to trade in.
You don't need a trade-in. When you switch to T-Mobile, we'll give you a new iPhone 16 Pro. Plus, we'll help you pay off your old phone up to $800, and you still get to keep it.
There's always a trade-in.
Not right now at T-Mobile.
I feel like I have to give you something in return for karma.
That's okay.
I don't really have much in my purse. Oh, let's see. Hand sanitizer. It's lavender.
I'm good. Seriously.
Let me check this pocket. Oh, mints?
Really, I'm fine.
Oh, I have raisins. I'm a mom. Wait 1 sec. I've got cupcakes in the car.
It's our best iPhone offer ever. Switch to T-Mobile. Get a new iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence on us. No trade-in needed. We'll even pay off your phone up to $800.
With 24 monthly bill credits, new line $100 plus a month on experience beyond finance agreement $999.99 and qualifying forwarded. For well qualified plus tax and $10 connection charge. Pay off via virtual prepaid card allow 15 days. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. See T-Mobile.com.
Red Sox Review after the game on 93.7 WEEI.
And this is the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. Joe Weil with you inside the Ford Clubhouse Fenway studio. We are about 20 minutes out from first pitch between the Red Sox and the Reds here from Fenway Park. And it's time now to bring you the New England Chevy Dealers question of the day. Together We Drive. You can listen in for that during the broadcast today. It's on our X account at Sox Booth. Where does Terry Francona rank among the greatest managers in MLB history? And the options are the GOAT, top 5, top 10, and then top 20 as well. Great question. And Terry's the best. And it'll be fun to match up against him in this series against Cincinnati, where he's done a really nice job in his first year as the Reds come in 44-40 coming into action tonight. And the Red Sox, so far in interleague play, they're 9-9, hoping to get above 500 in that mark. Let's get you the lock of the game now, presented by Interlock Roofing. Never re-roof again, NewEnglandMetalRoofing.com. And I am going with the over for both starting pitchers on strikeouts. So Chase Burns, he's at 6.5 on FanDuel, and then you have Garrett Crochet at 8.5. I am going with the over for both of those guys, and the reason being, one, they have electric stuff, but two, both these teams are in the bottom third of Major League Baseball in terms of their K percentage on offense. The Reds are in 24th, the Red Sox 28th. So again, I'm going with the over for both of those guys in strikeouts. Let's get you a quick Subaru of New England scoreboard update as well. It's going to be a Subaru summer. Find your 2025 Subaru at SubaruofNewEngland.com. And here's what's coming up within the division. The Yankees are taking on the Blue Jays in Toronto. That's 7:07 start time. Rodon against Scherzer in that matchup. Tampa Bay is at home against the A's. That's a 7:35 start. And then the Orioles are on the road against the Rangers. Yankees still have the top spot in the AL East. A game and a half up on the Rays. 3 games up on the Blue Jays. 8 up on the Red Sox. You have been listening to the Mass Mutual Red Sox pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. Big thank you to Joe Braverman back at the flagship. I'm Joe Weil. Hang tight. We got Red Sox versus Reds coming up with Will Fleming and Will Middlebrooks on the call on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
You've been listening to the Mass Mutual pregame show. Mass Mutual, insurance, planning, investments. The Red Sox are coming up next on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Your burger is served, and this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. Its sweet profile perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger.
That is one perfect combination. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
It's always the nights that end too quickly that leave memories that last a lifetime. Whether it's sharing a toast after work to celebrate being one day closer to the weekend, or hitting your lucky Keno numbers and celebrating with a dance you should be embarrassed to do in public. The games from the Mass State Lottery are the ideal complement to that unforgettable night. So let's celebrate the nights that connect us, because the ones we spend together are the ones we win together. The Mass State Lottery. Celebrate the night.
There are 2 types of golfers, those that can hit solid golf shots wearing sunglasses and those that wish they could. Shaden Precision Eyewear is all about better vision and better golf. If you're lacking confidence to wear sunglasses while hitting golf shots, go to seebetterplaybetter.com and learn why so many tour players and their caddies have switched to the Shaden brand. Use the code SPRING to get 20% off and a 30-day money-back guarantee. That's seebetterplaybetter.com and the code SPRING to see the golf course like you've never seen it before.
Just hearing the word IRS can make people break out in a cold sweat. No one wants to deal with the IRS, and now you don't have to. The good news is Legal Tax Defense has been successfully negotiating with the IRS for more than 15 years. It doesn't matter how much you owe, whether it's $5,000 or $5 million. You deserve the best in the business on your side, and that is Legal Tax Defense. Even if you're working with someone else and just want a second opinion, there is no cost or obligation to call. They can prevent levies, liens, wage garnishments, even file back tax returns. And the best news about Legal Tax Defense is they won't take your case unless they know they will reduce or eliminate your tax debt. Call Legal Tax Defense right now for a free no-risk consultation. 800-251-5642. 800-251-5642. You have nothing to lose but everything to gain. 800-251-5642.
In a world parched for excitement, one drink will emerge. Twisted Tea, the refreshing thrill ride of flavor. Recreating its classic role as the hard iced tea that goes down smooth. Twisted Tea doesn't just taste like real iced tea, it's made with real brewed tea and a 5% kick of alcohol. Taste the adventure with Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Some things can steal your sunshine. Ugh, I just got my hair done.
Sorry, the cooler's broken.
Anyone see my flip-flops? Anyone? But COVID-19 can steal a lot more.
I just took a COVID test. Ugh.
Prescription medications for COVID exist. If you test positive this summer, ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com/COVID-19 to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Hey everybody, it's Andy Hart here. Let's talk freedom. 4th of July week means fireworks, cookouts, family, friends, and honoring everyone who has fought to protect our freedoms. With freedom in mind, you know what's an underrated freedom? The freedom to choose how you live your life, especially your health. Awaken 180 Weight Loss was my choice and Bradfo's choice and Shime's choice too. We chose to take control, drop weight, and enjoy life while doing it. This holiday, you don't have to skip the good stuff trying to figure it out on your own. Steak, ribs, a cold beverage or two, all still on the menu. With Awaken 180, you're not stuck watching the party from the sidelines. Nope, you're right in the mix, loving every second of summer and celebrating freedom the best way possible. Feeling great, looking better, knowing the weight's going to stay gone. Paige, her incredible coaches, and the whole Awaken 180 crew want to wish you a happy Independence Day. Make this summer yours and take back control of your health. Visit awaken180weightloss.com.
You're listening to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network. From the WEEI studios, 93.7 WEEI FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston. Always live on the free Odyssey app. This is... Red Sox baseball.
Can you believe it?
On the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
And the left field, adios. Sale winds, he fires. Swing and a miss, strike three, it's over. And the Red Sox win. Jump on his back, fellas, the Red Sox win.
The Red Sox on WEEI are brought to you by Shaws and Star Market, the official supermarket of the Red Sox Radio Network. Subaru of New England. Find your authorized Subaru retailer at SubaruofNewEngland.com.
And Hideo Nomo has pitched a no-hitter.
Mass Mutual, insurance, planning, investments. Nissan. At Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Shop NissanUSA.com.
And that ball is gone into the front row of the monster seats.
Drains by James. Eastern Mass's choice for drain cleaning and pipelining. Arbella, here for good.
Fires. Swing and a miss, strike three, it's over.
Buy Cars for Kids. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today. Ford Trucks, official truck of the Boston Red Sox.
Strike three, a no-hitter. 23-year-old Trey Buchholz has no-hit the Baltimore Orioles.
Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Sponsored by Town Fair Tire. For the best prices on tires, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Duran will score.
Dig Safe. Click digsafe.com or call 811 before you dig. Cape Cod Lumber. Find the lumber for your next project. cclco.com.
Way back. Grand slam.
Citgo. Club Citgo can save you money every day. When you start with Citgo, you're good to go. 110 Grill. Gluten-free dining done right. C&S Wholesale Grocers.
It's gone. Into the bullpen.
Brought to you by FindMassMoney.gov. The Department of Veteran Affairs. Hackman Wealth Partners. Boston's premier retirement planning specialist.
They just yelled. They're attacking A-Rod of Heavyweights, and now they're in a fight.
Herb Chambers. At Herb Chambers, we don't sell cars, we help people buy them. Interlock Metal Roofing. Visit NewEnglandMetalRoofing.com. Never re-roof again.
Swing and a miss. He got him. Battle won by House.
McFarland Energy, the region's most dependable provider of home heating oil delivery, as well as expert HVAC services at McFarlandEnergy.com. Northern Bank, your partner for growth.
Here's the throw. Roberts dives, and he is safe.
And by Verizon Wireless, the network Boston relies on. New England Chevy dealers. Together, let's drive.
Goodbye, Christian Campbell.
Now, with all the play-by-play action, here's Will Fleming and Will Middlebrooks.
On an absolutely spectacular summery Boston evening, we welcome you to Fenway Park, where tonight the struggling Red Sox welcome the Cincinnati Reds for Game 1 of a 3-game series to conclude this homestand. Sox come in scuffling big time. Losers of 7 of 8. They come in 3 games below 500, and they welcome the Cincinnati Reds, who are rolling. They've won 7 of their last 8 series. They are 4 games above. And no one in these parts surprised, because they bring their first-year manager, Terry Francona, back to a place that he called home, where he won 2 world championships, the Reds right in the mix in the National League playoff race. Tonight, a wonderful pitching matchup. Hard throwers on both sides. Garrett Crochet, the Red Sox ace, is on the mound. And Chase Burns, a meteoric rise after being the 2nd pick in last summer's MLB draft. The flamethrower making his 2nd ever Major League start tonight for the Reds, along with Will Middlebrooks, Will Fleming, and welcome into the broadcast booth at Fenway Park. Will, it's been a tough go for these Red Sox. It seems every time Crochet takes the ball, he's pitching after a loss. He needs to stem the tide tonight. But a flamethrower on the other side, and a rare look at these Cincinnati Reds.
Yeah, look, I think this team knows what they're going to get from Crochet. He's going to give them a chance to win, and it's up to the defense to play behind them, play some clean baseball. And this offense to find a way to scratch some runs against this guy that throws absolute gas.
Marcelo Meyer returns from the bereavement list. Nick Sogard back down to AAA. And more moves in the Red Sox pitching staff as moves need to be made in the bullpen, as Jordan Hicks, a flamethrower acquired for Raffy Devers, from the San Francisco Giants. He's activated. He will be a part of the plan here tonight. And to make room for him, Zach Kelly goes back down to AAA as the Red Sox trying to reshuffle things. And with 10 days to go until the All-Star break, a couple of weeks remain for the Red Sox to get themselves back in this race. They're trying to squeeze every ounce of the roster as it is. Some updates on Yoshida and Bregman. We'll get to those as we go along. But for now, time for the National Anthem, brought to you by BuildSubmarines.com. You'll find stable, sustaining, skilled trades careers helping bring the next generation of U.S. Navy submarines to life.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you. Thank you indeed to Dominic Marte. And if Garrett Crochet's half as good at that, in the words of Uncle Eddie, I think we're all in for a real treat.
That was an anthem. All right?
If you had the prop bet on the over, you hit right there as Marte sets the scene. You know, I missed the weekend series with the Toronto Blue Jays, Will, and I do think sometimes for all of us, it's important to sort of step back a little bit, because then you come back into this great theater, fans standing, Cincinnati in town, Crochet warming out in that bullpen. He just walked into that first base dugout, and you just hope that the players in the middle of this grind that is a major league season can, at least for a minute, in an anthem like that, take a deep breath, look around and say, all right, season's still halfway to go. Let's grind into this thing and put on a show for these fans.
That's it, and it's a lot easier when you look over and number 35, Garrett Crochet's running out to the bump. And you know you got a good chance to play a good ball game behind that guy.
You played behind a lot of aces, Will. What's the feeling like in a dugout? I mean, we're now halfway into his first season as the ace of the Red Sox. In the clubhouse, is there a more calm feeling, like from the moment you show up at the ballpark knowing he's got the ball?
There is, but at this point in the season, as we've all seen, they haven't really given him much help.
Yeah.
He hadn't had a lot of run support whatsoever. So it's kind of to the point in this season where you're thinking, if you can't win with him out there, how are you going to win? So you got to find a way to get it done.
Neither Alex Cora nor Terry Francona take the lineup cards out. We'll get to those in a moment. Really cool dynamic in the two dugouts tonight, Will, because Alex came to the Red Sox with Terry in the dugout, and the two of them got such a kick out of each other. I think Tito really appreciated the player that Alex was. He, of course, nurtured Dustin Pedroia in Petey's rookie season. There's a real kinship and respect between these two managers.
There is, and I think Alex took a lot from Tito in the way that he was a player's manager. Players first, obviously winning number one over everything, but just the way that Tito has relationships with his players every year. You see that with Alex and the way that the guys play for the manager. And I'll tell you what, as an ex-player, that absolutely matters.
And I don't know about you, but I find myself when we see managers like Bruce Bochy and Terry Francona, and it used to be with characters like Jim Leland. I find it so easy to pull for those clubs because it's not robotic. It's not straight from the front office. It is old school, feel-based management.
It's especially, to your point, in this era of baseball, and to see Tito at this point come out of retirement because he still thinks he's got more in the tank, which he does. He's doing this with a young team, and they're playing good baseball. To your point, they've won, 7 of their last 8 series. So this is a good ball club, and it's going to be a test for the Red Sox, who have not been playing well at all lately.
The Reds went through an absolute total teardown. They went prospect heavy. And they've got some real young stars on this team, and they're headlined by Ellie De La Cruz, who brings us tonight's Speed Report, brought to you by Verizon. Get to your local Verizon store today to check out the latest deals. De La Cruz has got about the best arm in the game. He hits the ball as hard as anybody, and he is just an absolute burner on the base paths. As Garrett Crochet makes his way to the mound, Will, how about tonight's starting lineups?
The lineup's brought to you by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. For the Cincinnati Reds, TJ Fried will lead off. He'll be in center field, followed by Matt McLain. He'll play second. Ellie De La Cruz will be at shortstop, and Austin Hayes will back cleanup. He'll be the DH. Spencer Steer coming off a 3 home run game on Friday against San Diego. He'll be in left field batting 5th. Tyler Stevenson will bat 6th and do the catching. Reese Hines will bat 7th and play right. Christian Encarnacion Strand, longest name in baseball by a lot. He'll be at first base batting 8th. And Santiago Espinal will bat 9th playing third base. For the Boston Red Sox, Jaron Duran will lead off playing left field, followed by Roman Anthony. He'll be the designated hitter tonight. Abraham Toro played first base. Batting cleanup will be Carlos Narvaez. He'll do the catching, followed by Wilyer Abreu. He'll be in right. Trevor Story batting 6th. He'll play short. Marcelo Meyer back. He's at third base batting 7th. David Hamilton getting the start at second base, and Cedon Rafaela, got to be the best 9-hitter in baseball. He'll be in center field.
As Cedon's been red hot, Crochet is just about ready to go. Red Sox in the home white unis. Injury report is brought to you by Catchus Law Group, champions for the injured, with more than $3 billion recovered. For New Englanders, Alex Bregman met with the media today to announce that he's back to full baseball activities. Massa hit again today on the field. He'll begin a rehab assignment tomorrow in Worcester, and it was an absolute, to quote one of Terry Francona's all-time favorite players for Massa, it was yet another laser show for Yoshida in batting practice earlier today. Cincinnati on a roll, really one of the cornerstone franchises in the history of the National League. They wear the road red tops above gray pants. TJ Friedl, it is not going to be easy for anyone, most especially the lefties for the Reds, and they got a couple of them in there tonight. Friedl leads off. Crochet waggles the glove. He throws, and the first pitch is in there for a strike. 94-mile-an-hour fastball, and we're underway.
And Marcelo Meyer playing way in on the grass. Friedl practices bunting probably 10, 11 times during batting practice.
About the only way he might be able to get on. Here's an 0-1 high fly into center field toward the triangle. Actually given a pretty good ride, but Rafaela backpedals onto the dirt. He makes the play. 7-11 and 81 degrees. It is just perfect here tonight at Fenway. Time and temp brought to you by Hatfield. Better care and better pork. Crochet has been an absolute marvel. Were it not for Tarek Skubal, he'd be by far the leader for the American League Cy Young. Matt McLain, right-handed hitter, takes a strike on the inside corner. Matt McLain, UCLA guy, first-round pick for them. They love his leadership. In fact, that's one of the reasons they moved on from Jonathan India. 0-1 pitch is a little bit outside. Cut fastball from Crochet. And it's 1-1. Garrett making his 18th start. 7-4 with a 2.06 ERA. 1-1. Pitch, swing, and a foul. Cutter in on the hands. He's got the second most strikeouts in baseball, 135. He has given up 9 home runs, but most of those solo shots pitching to the score. 109 in a third innings, only 80 hits. A total marvel. Laz Diaz inserting himself right away, and actually I think this is to give Carlos Narvaez a little break. Maybe that foul ball got a piece of Carlos's left leg, so a little professional courtesy. Give Carlos an extra breath.
Don't fall in love with Laz Diaz too much, Willie.
It's going to be his show. We know that.
Yeah, but
sometimes an inconsistent zone. Ellie De La Cruz is on deck. 1-2 with one down. The pitch. High fastball, 96. And it's 2-2.
Just one left-handed batter in the lineup for the Reds, so really got to pay attention to that fastball and cutter combination in.
Here's a 2-2, strike three called, fastball 96. And there is the first punch out for Crochet, 136 on the season. And here is a really fun matchup, Will. Garrett Crochet and one of the great young stars in the game, Ellie De La Cruz.
Yeah, and up until the last, 11 at-bats against left-handed pitching, he had really struggled, but he's 7 for his last 11 against lefties.
Well, he's cut down on the swing and miss a little bit. The pitch to him is swung on and missed. Isn't that amazing? 7 for his last 11, this switch hitter. June against lefties, 370 with 3 homers.
Well, this isn't your normal run-of-the-mill lefty.
No, a different breed for sure. The 0-1 is fouled back to the screen. Challenge 96, and it's 0-2.
Well, we just found out his shoes are indeed tied very tightly because he just about tried to come out of them right there.
Last year, the most strikeouts in baseball. Also the most steals, 67. This series taken 22 bags, average way up, so too the on base. 0-2 is strike three called. Sweeper on the corner. Adios to Ellie. 2 punch outs for Crochet. He's rolling along. Can the Red Sox get it going against Chase Burns? We'll find out in the bottom of the first. Duran, Roman, and Toro after this in the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
We know there's a lot that can go on during one night of baseball. Long home runs, epic pitching performances, catches that defy space, time, and gravity.
Climbing the wall. Did he catch it? He did!
But what if you could get all of that summarized in a quick, concise, and at least we think, funny podcast that's under 10 minutes? Check out MLB.com's Morning Lineup. It runs Monday through Friday mornings on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you love listening most.
Funny how quickly there's no time to stop. Becomes maybe we do need a stretch. When you hear the word McChicken. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
You hear that? That's the sound of Pepsi Zero Sugar. The better tasting, more refreshing Zero Sugar Cola. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Let your taste decide.
Your burger is served, and this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. Its sweet profile perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger.
That is one perfect combination. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
When Nate comes to Gate City Casino.
Hey, Nate's here.
Hey guys, it feels like Nate City. My favorite drinks, food, and of course, pull up a chair, Nate. Deal me in. All the games you know and love to play. I'm not just a player here. I'm one of the gang. Unwind with friends. Chill in our sports bar. Or get in the game at Gate City Casino. Your local casino with something for everyone. Gate City Casino. Nashua, Exit 4.
Ask your smart speaker to play 93.7 WEEI. Now back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Jaron Duran in against Chase Burns in the first pitch of the ball game. 99 miles an hour that misses away to Duran. This kid made his debut 5 days ago. He was drafted a year ago out of Wake Forest. Longtime pitcher at Tennessee. The 1-0 to Duran misses outside. 99 again. And it's 2-0. This is one of the great young arms in all of baseball, Chase Burns. It seems like we got him going around. 2-0 to Duran as a strike, a slider. And it's 2-1 between Mizorowski and Skeens and this guy Burns. A lot of power young pitchers already graduating to the major leagues. The 2-1, Duran fouls it off. 99-mile-an-hour fastball. 2-2.
I know Duran was late on that pitch, but that was a much better swing. He's been pulling off everything. That swing, his direction was towards left center to the middle of the field. And I know he was late. It was 99. He fouled it off, but that looked like a better swing.
He's got some green and red batting gloves tonight. Does Duran? The 2-2 is fouled off on the third base side. I really enjoyed, as everyone did, his long-form interview with the guys at Section 10.
It was great.
We've gotten to know Duran, and a lot of the stuff he said is stuff that we've talked about with him. And I think it was really cool for people to get that insight into his psyche.
And how nice is it to just go under the hood with some of these guys and get to know them a little more?
2 balls and 2 strikes. Bottom one, the pitch. Duran takes a ball. And one of the things he said, we all know he's his hardest and most harsh critic. But just about at this level, sometimes you get one pitch to hit. A 99-mile-an-hour heater might have been it from Burns. The 3-2 is a check swing. Did he go? No. Ball for 100 miles an hour outside and a leadoff walk.
Well, that's huge because Duran has not been on base a whole lot over the last couple weeks. That was a great at-bat. Fouled off 100-mile-per-hour fastballs, but the take on that 2-2 slider that just missed down and in, he saw it right out of the hand. It's a great at-bat.
So here now, Roman Anthony. What a fun matchup this is. Roman, his whole life, has handled velocity. Duran leading away the pitch. Roman takes a strike. He had 6 hits and 13 at-bats over the weekend. This dude, Burns, is just pumping 99. Roman's got it up to a $193 with a homer and 5 driven in. Double play depth throw. Pretty good pickoff move there from Burns, especially for a right-hander. But Duran dives back in.
Well, the book on Burns is he does throw gas, but he's pretty much a 2-pitch guy, at least through one start. Only threw 8 changeups. They were all to lefties in that last start.
I think Roman's going to get him. The 0-1 pitch is fouled back to the screen. 100 miles an hour. At the top of the zone, and it's 0-2. Encarnacion stranded first. McLean at second. De La Cruz, you don't want to hit it to him. He's got a rocket at short. Espinal at third. Baldwin Group defensive alignment. Insurance, employee benefits, and wealth management. If you can dream it, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible. Now they sort of shift a little bit over to the pull side for Roman at double play depth. 0-2 is outside. 100, and it's 1-2.
It's pretty interesting alignment. Actually, they're playing him up the middle of the field. You've seen him hit the ball up the middle a lot. Second baseman pretty much straight up. Third baseman at shortstop. De La Cruz just 2 steps to the left on the shortstop side of second base.
1-2, Duran runs. The pitch is fouled off on the first base side. And, Will, I think this is the right alignment for him.
100%. He stays to the big part of the field a majority of the time. That's what makes him really good.
And he's really not a pull hitter on the ground. It's more rollovers for him than anything. If he hits it hard on the ground, it basically is, most of the time anyway, right back over the mound. Nobody out, leadoff man aboard, no score in the bottom of the first. Anthony on the back stripe of the box, the 1-2, swinging a double play ball, softly hit to second. To first, second, it's into left field. Duran's going to scamper around second and head to third. And the Red Sox have him at first and third. It was softly hit in the end. It might not have been 2, but it was right where we said Roman never hits it. McLean glove took forever. I don't know where Cruz was, and a throw that sailed in the arm side into the outfield.
So McLean went a couple steps over in that 4-hole. It's a long throw for the second baseman. When he turned to throw, his back foot, his right foot slipped right out from under him, causing the errant throw into shallow left field off of De La Cruz glove.
This is a team that had only made 39 errors coming in, and now the Red Sox have got to cash this in. First and third for Toro. He takes a strike on the outside corner. And it is 0-1. Arbella Insurance Foundation, dedicated to striking out cancer by supporting the Jimmy Fund. Every strikeout from a Sox pitcher, $50 to the Jimmy Fund. Toro, 285. The pitch is swung on a miss. That was a nasty slider. And it's 0-2.
You can't strike out here, right? Their infield is playing back up the middle. You want to just put the ball in play. Easier said than done against Burns, but they're conceding the run.
Duran's got a big lead. The quick throw to first. Anthony read that very well. That was the one. That's his best pickoff move. He doesn't step off. He just pivots and flips it over there.
And I need to watch more if there's a replay for me to see if Stevenson gave him a sign when to throw, because they caught Anthony stepping towards second. They timed it perfectly with that quick move and almost got him.
A lot of times the catcher will just drop the glove toward the dirt to say, get over there. 0-2 to Toro. Pitch is on the ground into left field. That's a base hit. Duran comes home to score. Anthony thought about it at second. He will hold. They cash the error in, and the Red Sox lead it right away, 1-0.
That goes to show it doesn't matter if you throw 100 miles an hour or not. You throw an 0-2 fastball over the heart of the plate, it's going to get hit and hit hard. Abraham Toro does a great job right there, going the other way on this one. 99. Outer third, actually not a bad pitch, but got too much plate.
So now you got designs on a real crooked number here. You got a run in, still nobody out. First and second for Carlos Narvaez, who homered yesterday. And now to the mound to talk it over with this young right-hander is the Terry Francona's pitching coach, Derek Johnson. Meeting on the mound is over. This is a real test for the kid. How about this? Last year, you're in college. You're the number 2 overall pick. You rocket through the minor leagues, and your first 2 starts, Yankee Stadium and Fenway Park.
Good luck topping that.
Not bad at all. Red Sox have a chance to deliver a haymaker right here. Narvaez in. The pitch is driven high and deep into left center field. At the track, at the wall, it's going to catch some green. Anthony rounds third. Toro behind him. Narvaez into second as Toro holds. It's an RBI double, and it's 2-0 Red Sox. I don't know that Toro got the best read on that. In the end, Kyle Hudson says, with nobody out, why push it? 17th double for Narvi, and it's 2-0.
Yeah, sometimes as a base runner at first base, you get caught looking at the outfielder instead of the flight of the baseball. I think that's what happened with Toro there. But nonetheless, no outs, second and third. It's 2-0 Sox.
Carlos Narvaez, a 4-game hitting streak, 17 doubles for him, and now second and third they play sort of halfway on the Reds infield, and here now is Wilyer Abreu. Pitch to him is a high fastball. He'll see a lot of those, and it's 1-0.
How about that? First pitch slider to Narvaez, and he was sitting all over it. Love to see that.
1-0 to Willie. Pitch is driven on a hop to second, played there by McClain. He looks to third and throws to first. And nicely done by McClain. He was perfectly positioned. Hard hit by Abreu, but 1 down. Every Walmart wall ball means another donation to the Mass Fallen Heroes, supporting Gold Star families. Learn more. MassFallenHeroes.org, brought to you by Walmart, proudly supporting veterans in our community. Now the Reds will truly concede another run with Trevor Story up there. Second and third, 1 down. Infield backed up now. The pitch is loop foul on the first base side, and it is 0-1.
So De La Cruz isn't playing normal depth. He's kind of halfway
and with his
where
arm.
He has range, and he's got, as Snoop Dogg said, a rocket in his pocket. You remember that when he was on the broadcast in Milwaukee?
Here's the 0-1, and that is high and in. You better be careful. It's 1-1.
Hey, that was quoting Snoop Dogg? Okay. That'll be my last Snoop Dogg quote of the night.
For Shizzle. 1-1 to Story. Here's the pitch. And a high drive into center field. This thing is crushed at the track, at the wall. Gone! 3-run homer. Straightaway center for Trevor Story. And the Red Sox lead it 5-0 in the first.
Time to cue Dustin Pedroia. It's a laser show tonight so far. I don't know if they have something on Burns or not, but fastball, slider, doesn't matter. These guys are all over everything right now. Everything's a barrel.
Red Sox 18th 3-run homer. 5-zip as Marcelo Meyer back with the club takes a fastball for strike 1. That was a slider, wasn't it, Will, on the outside corner?
Trevor all over it.
Here's a high drive into left center field. Is it high enough? It's back in. It is off the MGM sign. Marcelo rounds first. He's got to hurry. Slides in safely to second. Laser show continues. Welcome back, Marcelo. It's a 1-out double.
Welcome back, Marcelo. I tell you what, they are all over this kid. It doesn't matter. This is a tough league. You throw 100 or not. If you throw it over the middle of the plate, it's getting banged.
Oh, well, this young arm, they've already got the bullpen working, do the Reds.
That was a changeup.
Here's David Hamilton. The pitch is on the ground, hard up the middle, and to center field. Base hit. Marcelo rounds third. He's going to score. It's a half dozen for the Red Sox in the first inning, and they lead it 6-0.
What's going on? What is this?
It's a beautiful sight, isn't it?
Oh, my goodness. And they have action in the Reds bullpen already. 9-hole coming up, and they have 1 out.
That's their 5th hit, Will. And after seeing a lot of first pitch strikes, the first few hitters, Duran works the walk. Since then, these Red Sox hitters have been pouncing early in counts. Here now is Cedon, their hottest hitter, basically. Throw to first, and Hamilton dives back in. I mean, it's only the first inning. I think Hamilton may well go. Although they are all over this right-hander, Chase Burns. 6-0. He does run. The pitch is outside. No chance to throw to second. Head first slide for Hamilton. Red Sox are doing it all in the first inning. Maybe the most fun half inning of the entire season. And they're rolling.
Crochet sitting back going, man, I would have taken 2.
What is that number
6.
in the run column?
What's that weird-looking number?
1-0 to Cedon. Here's the pitch, and he takes a strike on the outside corner. No kidding. They just have not scored for him at all. They saved him for tonight. That double from Marcelo is another double for diabetes and $50 to the American Diabetes Association. 1-1. Pitch is high and foul on the first base side into the seats. And it is 1-2. Man, Story, I mean, there have been so many impressive swings in this inning. Baez and Toro to sort of open the scoring, but that was an absolute beauty from Trevor Story. The 1-2 to Cedon is high with a fastball, 2-2.
I mean, I'm just thinking the evolution of baseball, right? You go back and think of a guy throwing 100 miles an hour, nobody would touch him. And now, this guy is just getting pounded right now.
They're all over him. 2-2 the pitch. Cedon loops it foul on the first base side. And what I love about it, Will, is clearly in the hitters meeting, they talked about this. Let's get a look at them. Duran does sort of a prototypical leadoff thing, and then after that, everybody timed him up and just started unloading.
Honestly, to me, it looks like they have a tip.
2-2 is driven high and foul. I'm with you. I mean, they're on sliders, changeups, fastballs.
Everything. It's mostly the fastball slider combination. I don't know. I'm going to watch them as closely as possible, but it's really hard to be that on time with everything in the first inning. 5
straight hitters swung at the first pitch, too. 2-2 is outside, and he just got out of college, right? I mean, this is part of the nuance of the game. It wouldn't be surprising if Burns gave a little something up.
It got my eye when Duran took that 2-2 slider at 90 miles an hour that just missed the plate in.
It's a great call. It was so close and sort of knee-high. 3-2. Pitch is fouled off, and that's a huge hack at a slider. Now it is a 2-strike count, and that was a little bit of a hanger. And it can be a lot of things, can it? Well, I mean, it can be where he holds the glove, how he fidgets with his hands, positioning of feet. It's so many different things.
Some guys move their gloves when they grip certain pitches and don't move it when they grip other pitches.
6-0 Red Sox in the first inning. 3-2 is high, ball 4. That's a great at-bat for Cedon. That might be it for Burns. It is. Terry Francona is coming out with 1 out in the first inning, and in the first of a 3-game series, the Red Sox are into the Cincinnati bullpen.
You love to see it, and when you have a tip on a guy, you're like, let's hit him hard, but not too hard, so he throws 3 innings and we score more.
However, they'll take this. They got the bases loaded, 6 runs in, and right now the Reds are going to a left-hander out of their bullpen to face Duran. It is always a good thing when your leadoff hitter bats twice in the first inning. We'll take a minute and come back to Fenway Park. Pitching change and slow down in the action brought to you by Iservay. 6-0 Sox looking to really, in some ways, put this game to bed in the first inning. Back for more after this in the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
During this call to the bullpen, it's the perfect time to check out all the great content at buyfordnow.com. Find Ford offers you won't see advertised anywhere else. Search Ford dealer inventory for your dream vehicle. Compare Ford SUVs, trucks, and electric vehicles versus the competition. Calculate your trade-in value and learn about exclusive offers for military and first responders. So, visit buyfordnow.com and then see your New England Ford dealers.
Arbella Insurance has been doing business in the New England community for over 35 years. They're your friends, your neighbors, and fellow Boston fans. They do the wave at the ballpark together and get stuck in the same Sturo Drive traffic. At Arbella, being your neighbor helps them provide you with the coverage you need to drive, live, or run a business in this part of the country we call home. Arbella, here for Boston fans, here for good.
For the second time in this first inning, Jarren Duran will bat in the Herb Chambers batting order, brought to you by Herb Chambers Cadillac of Linfield and Cadillac Warwick. In some ways, Duran's at-bat set the tone in this game. A leadoff walk before Roman Anthony is the beneficiary of a misplay at second base by Matt McClain, and that really set the wheels in motion. And now Duran facing Brent Suter, the left-hander.
We go from Burns averaging nearly 100 to Suter, who averages 86 on his fastball.
Former teammate of yours, so
Yeah.
a little bit of an adjustment.
With the Brewers.
First and second, one out. Here is Duran looking at a sinker at the bottom of the zone, 88 miles an hour, and it's 0-1.
Well, this is a good guy to bring in after a flamethrower because he works fast, he mixes speeds, and it's somewhat of a soft thrower.
0-1 to Duran. Pitch is inside. Sinking fastball, and it's 1-1. Of course, it makes sense for Tito to go to the lefty with Duran, and then Anthony and the switch-hitting Toro do up. However, 6 runs in for the Red Sox with Crochet on the mound. 1-1. Duran fouls it off on the third base side.
I feel like we might, and the Suter's pretty quick to the plate, but with Hamilton and Rafael out there, a double steal is never off the table.
It's so early in the game. Why not put it on him?
Pile it on.
1-2. And Cedon has all eyes only on Hamilton. The 1-2 is fouled off, and that's because if David goes, Cedon wants to get a good jump behind him.
Totally. And with a left-handed batter in Duran up there, Stevenson will have a really tough time back-picking to first base with a batter standing in between him and the bag.
Yeah, and the first baseman, Encarnacion Strand, is way behind him and off the line. He couldn't get there in time. 1-2. To Duran. Pitch is swung on a miss. Good slider. And they're 2 away. Suter, an unconventional set position. Sort of crouched over. The glove is way off his belt buckle.
You should see this guy's Velociraptor impersonation. It's the best I've ever seen. I won't attempt it. You just got to take my word
Short
for it.
arms,
I'll get him to do it
talons.
tomorrow. I'll get him to do it for you.
2 on, 2 out. Here's Roman, who takes a pitch down and in for ball 1. Well, it's one of the great things about baseball. There's so many eccentricities in a clubhouse. Of course, he's got a good Velociraptor. 1-0 pitch is on the ground hard into right field, base hit. Hamilton scores easily. Cedon round second. He heads for third. The throw goes there. Not nearly in time. RBI hit for Roman Anthony. Roman is hot, and it's 7-0 Red Sox.
You love that. The hit's starting to fall in for the kid over the last 3-4 games. Really over the last week, he's hitting about 300. I was watching David Hamilton go around third, and it almost looked like he missed the bag. I think he must have just got the corner because, or the Reds didn't see it, but it was close.
Roman is looking the part, isn't he? Especially against a lefty like this. That's such a good swing. Here now is Toro from the right side, and he takes fastball inside for ball 1. So you're Toro. You spend the entire pregame, the hitters meeting, all the time in the cage, swinging at lefty, trying to gear up for velocity. And now the other exact extreme, 1-0 throw to first. Anthony back.
Something I always find interesting with switch hitters, and most of them this is the case, they have different model bats each side of the plate. Different weights, different handles, different barrel shapes.
Makes a lot of sense. 1-0 is swung on a miss. The swings are different, and in one case, your natural stronger hand is on the bottom, so you can handle a little heavier bat.
Sure.
1-1. Don't talk like you're a switch hitter. First and third, 2 down. Here's the pitch to Toro, and it's a little bit low. And Abraham works the count to 2-1. This has just been an awesome release for this Red Sox team. 7 runs in the first inning. After such a frustrating day yesterday, Cedon way down the third base line. 2-1 bounces in. And now it's 3-1. I don't think it's impossible that Roman would think about it. I mean, you got the lefty Suter, so you got to be sure, but 3-1 count to Toro. Real speed at third and Cedon.
Suter also Harvard grad. Played ball at Harvard.
3-1 pitch is high, ball 4. So he walks him, and now the bases are loaded for Carlos Narvaez. Narvaez doubled off the monster in left his first time. That was when Toro was held at third, and they both scored on the homer from Trevor Story. Base is loaded for Narvaez. The pitch is in there. Changeup. 4-strike one. Red Sox looking for their first non-Devers grand slam of the year. Good time for it right now. 7-0 they lead. 0-1 pitch. Narvaez takes a ball. That is called a strike. I mean, maybe caught the extreme reaches of the zone. Maybe. It is 0-2. But with a 7-run lead for Crochet, Narvaez will not protest in that spot. 0-2 pitch. Line drive up the middle, caught by McLean behind the second base bag, and the inning is over, but the Red Sox put 7 up. Crochet back to the mound for the second inning, 7-0 Red Sox. In the Shaw's and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Your burger is served, and this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. Its sweet profile perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger.
That is one perfect combination. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
Free Fries Friday. 3 great words, especially in that exact order. Get a free medium fries with $1 minimum purchase. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Valid one time on Fridays at participating McDonald's through 12/31/25. Excludes tax. Must opt into rewards.
We know there's a lot that can go on during one night of baseball. Long home runs, epic pitching performances, catches that defy space, time, and gravity.
Climbing the wall. Did he catch it? He did!
But what if you could get all of that summarized in a quick, concise, and at least we think, funny podcast that's under 10 minutes? Check out MLB.com's morning lineup. It runs Monday through Friday mornings on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you love listening most.
Now back to number one fan, the search for the top Sox diehard.
I have a tattoo of every Sox logo since 1908. Want to see?
I know every batter's walk-up song.
My husband proposed, and then a foul ball broke my nose. It was perfect.
Sound familiar? Enter MassMutual's Grand Slam giveaway for a shot at tickets and signed gear. For rules and entry, visit massmutual.com/Red Sox. No purchase necessary. 50 U.S. and D.C. 18 plus ends 5 p.m. Eastern on 9/30. Grand prize entry period through 7/31/2025.
The Greg Hill Show. Weekdays, 5:30 to 10.
Now back to the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Well, the Red Sox did drop it like it's hot in the first inning. It's 7-0 Garrett Crochet to the mound. He doesn't know what this number on the run column looks like as Austin Hayes, right-handed hitter, takes a pitch outside for ball 1.
Wasn't that fun?
Yes, it was.
That was so fun. I love that. Just an outburst of runs.
Do that more often. 1-0 is high, pop up, back of home plate. Narvaez will watch it hit the seats. Our good friend Jared Carabas pointed out that Nesson had a shot of Jaron Duran in the on-deck circle with Wilyer Abreu sharing some information. Maybe it was with Toro, but I think it was Abreu. After Duran scored, he had his hand over his mouth, and that's really when the hit parade started. I think Jaron saw something, to your point, in that first at-bat.
Jaron was confirming what they already thought they had. So he was up there at that first at-bat, and I'm telling you, that slider he took was all I need to see.
Great call by you. 1-2 to Hayes after a swing and a miss. The pitch is high and deep down the left field line, drifting foul. It might come back into play. Duran watches it, though, stay in the seats. And it remains 1-2. The game within the game, right?
That's it. Chess, cat and mouse, whatever you want to call it. Gamesmanship is what it is. If you are doing something that the other team can take advantage of you, especially when you throw 100 miles an hour, they're going to take advantage of it.
It's just so cool to think about that in the meetings, whether it was Ramon Vasquez, Alex Cora, Kyle Hudson, an advanced scout, they saw something happening. Duran picked it up. They said, let's roll with it and score 7. 1-2 is swung on and missed, a sweeper. Garrett Crochet has fanned 3 in a row. And there's one away. Fresh cherries are bursting with flavor and now on sale at Shaw's and Star Market. Right now, get Northwest cherries for only $1.97 a pound. When you use the digital coupon, limit 2 bags. 1 out, base is empty. Here's Spencer Steer. Pitch, strike, fastball, 94, and it's 0-1. Great to have Justin Turpin with us longtime Red Sox producer, now covers the Celtics, occasionally produces back at EEI. He's an awesome stat guy. We got him between us, and he's a good luck charm. 0-1 is a chopper to third. Meyer calmly to his left. Gloves and throws to first in time. And they're 2 away.
Well, he's forever Cavante to me because I'm a Cowboys fan. Cavante Turpin, baby.
Similar foot speed.
I go, can I call you Cavante? He goes, I'd love that. He's my cousin. Right in stride. It was perfect.
That's the way to get in with Middlebrooks.
I see the resemblance.
Here's Tyler Stevenson. 7-0 Red Sox in the top of the second. Stevenson, 6 homers, 25 driven in. The pitch is a strike. I have a feeling we're going to be asking Terp about some strikeout figures for Crochet tonight. He looks good.
He does. Fastball's jumping out of his hand, and his breaking ball's dropping right below the zone exactly where he wants it.
0-1 fouled off on the first base side. He will, though, pitch to the score. I mean, this will not be about personal accolades tonight. In fact, I mean, his stuff's got so much swing and miss, it might work out that way, but he's going to pound the zone early in counts.
100%. He is going right after you.
0-2. 2 down, bases empty. The pitch is just low. Fastball right where he wanted to throw it. 97. It probably was a little bit outside, and it's 1-2. Crochet throws. And a swing and a miss. He got him foul tip into the mid. 96 miles an hour. 2 innings, 4 strikeouts, and a 7-0 Red Sox lead. To the bottom of the second we go. Abreu, Story, and Meyer after this on the Shaws and Star Market. WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Just like our hometown legends of the Diamond, Herb Chambers has been hitting it out of the park for decades with legendary customer service. With over 35 brands and so many locations, Herb Chambers offers the largest inventory of cars, trucks, and SUVs in New England. You can always count on getting the lowest prices and best value. And at Herb Chambers, you always get more for your trade. Come see for yourself and experience our legendary customer service today. Herb Chambers. We don't sell cars, we help people buy them.
Kevin's Natural Foods brings the flavor and the feel good in just 5 minutes. Clean, protein-packed meals with flavor that hits. And a feeling that sticks. Get that clean eating feeling with Kevin's Natural Foods. Find us in the refrigerated aisle and at kevinsnaturalfoods.com/try.
Your burger is served, and this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. Its sweet profile perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger.
That is one perfect combination. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
Jeffrey Glassman. For 4 generations, my family has called New England home. My grandfather taught me to always care for people and fight for what's right. At Jeffrey Glassman Injury Lawyers, that's exactly what we do. When you're hurt in a car crash, we fight big insurance companies to make sure you get the money you deserve. We care, we fight to win, and we don't get paid unless you do. Hurt? You gotta get Glassman. Call 617-777-7777.
Does your bank understand your business or just your balance? Harbor One Bank takes the time to truly understand your business. If you're ready to turn the page, visit one of their banking centers or HarborOne.com/business bonus to get started. Harbor One Bank, member FDIC.
Take Boston sports with you wherever you go. Download the Odyssey app. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
To the second inning we go. Wilyer Abreu to lead it off. Hit a hard ground ball to second his first time. Didn't join the party. 7-0 Red Sox. You see Brent Suter, then Trevor Story and Marcelo Meyer in the Herb Chambers batting order. Brought to you by Herb Chambers Porsche Boston and Porsche Burlington. Pitch to Wilyer. Strike on the outside corner. 86-mile-an-hour fastball. So this guy does a Velociraptor. And apparently he also does a fabulous,
phenomenal
Terry Francona impression, too?
No, Harry Carey.
Oh, all right.
Harry Carey.
Hey.
Francona came to take him out of the game, and I guess Francona always asks him what would Harry Carey say? And he'll say it in Harry Carey. And so Francona came to take him out of the game. He hands him the ball and said, it was a great night to be out here, you know. And everyone's staring at him like, what is he doing?
0-2 is a ground ball to first. Abreu backwards is Urupra. And he's retired at first base. 1 down in the bottom of the second.
Oh, that's a superpower you have, and you do it so quickly. I would literally have to write it down and sound it out.
One of my all-time great Halloween costumes. I put the pillow under the shirt, spray painted the hair white, big square glasses on, and all night long I was calling everybody their name backwards. Here's Erots Rav-Ert, Trevor Story, who fouls it off on the first base side out of play. I'll stop, I promise. It's 0-1.
It did sound like you were putting rewind. That was pretty good.
Trevor launched a 3-run homer. Straightaway center his first time, and he takes a sinker low. And it is 1-1. I think a lot of people now, though, do an impression of Will Ferrell doing carry, which is more fun. The 1-1. Story swings and misses, fooled by a changeup there. And it's a ball and 2 strikes. Sox come in 3 games under. 8 full games behind the Yankees. Blasted off yesterday, did the Yanks. Aaron Judge, in some ways better than ever. Yankees in Toronto tonight. Scoreless in the bottom of the 3rd inning on the Subaru of New England scoreboard. 1-2 to Story. Outside. Carlos Rodon on the mound for the Yanks.
So did you manage to eventually get dinner? I know you've been out for a few days, so you were catching up with everybody. I know you tried to go eat dinner 3 or 4 times and never actually ate.
2-2 is a ground ball towards short. De La Cruz gloves. Crow hops. A missile across the diamond. Story lunging into the bag. Look out. He sort of smelled a hit because De La Cruz took a long time to uncork that throw, and an awkward lunge and land on the back. Trevor appears to be okay. They're 2 away.
Yeah, you don't want to see that. That's scary. I know he's trying to go for the hit. He's playing hard, but you never want to lunge, especially at the side of the bag like that.
That's why in college baseball they got the
safety bag
on the right side. It looks weird, but it is helpful. As Marcelo takes a fastball for strike 1. He's the 7th batter, brought to you by Jeffrey Glassman Injury Attorneys, the 0-1. It's a strike. Boston's go-to injury lawyers for over 30 years. So I do have a lot of friends in from out of town. And John Sadak sitting just to your right, the television voice of the Cincinnati Reds. I've known him for 20 years, basically. 0-2 is in the dirt. I was the voice of the Potomac Nationals in 2010. He was the voice of the Wilmington Blue Rocks. So it started there, and it's just been very fun to travel this road together.
It's cool to rise up together.
1-2, fouled by Marcelo. He doubled off the monster his first time.
And I know they likely had a tip on Burns, but 11 of the first 15 Red Sox batters have put the ball in play. And that is something this team has been yearning for, right? Just put the ball in play.
Yeah, they didn't do it yesterday enough. The 1-2 is fouled off. I'd rather taken outside for a ball, and it's 2-2.
And that's why it's so important. If you can find a tip against the guy, that's how good these guys are. Even with him throwing 100 miles an hour with a 90-mile-per-hour slider and a changeup, you know what's coming.
There's a ground ball back up the middle. De La Cruz cuts in front of the second baseman. Sort of an underhand submarine throw to first in time. Yeah, it's much easier to make contact if you know what's coming home. Red Sox did in the first. Suter trying to settle it in, but after 2, 7-0 Red Sox in the Shaw's and Star Market. WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
When it comes to getting the guaranteed lowest price on Toyo tires, there's only one place to go: Town Fair Tire. And when it comes to getting more free services for life than anywhere else on Toyo tires, there's only one place to go: Town Fair Tire. So when you're in the market for a new set of Toyo tires, there's only one place to go, because nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal. Absolutely nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Your burger is served, and this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. Its sweet profile perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger.
That is one perfect combination. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
You want to deliver the best retail experiences, but it's hard, especially with multiple stores, staff, fulfillment centers, GMVs, KPIs, OKRs, and the only thing harder is being in charge of it all. But when you switch to Shopify Point of Sale, you can unify retail operations and guarantee smooth shopping across every location. Shopify POS, the best retail experiences without complexity. Visit shopify.com/without complexity to learn more.
Wherever you're headed, there's a Chevy built to get you there. Choose from a family of smart and stylish SUVs, including the all-new Equinox or hard-working trucks like Silverado. It's ready, steady, and strong. See your New England Chevy dealers.
Hey, it's Garrett Crochet. This is the home of the Sox, WEEI.
Garrett Crochet fires, and the first pitch by Reese Hines is driven deep into right field on the run. Willier Abreu, just in front of the warning track, is there to make the play. He's going to keep doing that. Crochet is pumping fastballs in there for strikes. Hines gave it a ride, but a long first out in this third.
Well, to your point last inning, he's going to fill up the zone. That's 22 pitches and 18 strikes. You love it.
Efficiency. 7-0 Red Sox. It's going to be a Subaru summer, by the way. Find your 25 Subaru. It's SubaruofNewEngland.com. Here's Christian Encarnacion Strand, a high fly. Fouled on the left field line. They've got to change the font size for this dude on the video board to fit his full name above his stats.
You can hardly see it.
It's like Times New Roman 4. Here's the 0-1. Little pop-up foul on the first base side. It's not Saltalamacchia, but that was one name. This is hyphenated, Encarnacion Strand. So
I'm pretty sure
he's got 11 in his first last name, and then dash and 6 more. 0-2 is just inside with the fastball.
I think his jersey just says Encarnacion. Because you would have to put Strand under the number.
That'd be awesome.
It looks so good.
I don't know about that. 1-2. Different for sure. The pitch is strike 3 called. Sweeper, perfectly positioned. That is yet another strikeout for Crochet. 5 overall. 8 up, 8 down. And here's Santiago Espinal.
I mean, that was just as filthy as it gets. You're geared up for 100 in. As a righty, that sweeper started about 1.5 feet outside and came back and just bit the edge.
Here's Espinal, longtime Blue Jay. The pitch is another first pitch strike. Amazing.
Fill it up.
I mean, he's faced 9 hitters. 0-1. Pitch is another strike. 93-mile-an-hour cutter. He's not thrown a lot of those. So to the 9 hitters that he's faced, let's see. Has he thrown 1 first pitch ball? Yes, 1 to Austin Hayes. Here's a pitch that misses outside. So 8 of the first 9 see a first pitch strike.
Yeah,
amazing.
Here's the thing. As an opposing hitter and you're facing a guy in Crochet, you already have to be dialed in. But when you go down 7-0, it's almost like the switch goes off.
1-2. Here's the pitch. And it is inside. I'll tell you what, it's amazing. In the 3rd inning of a game like this, I now no longer care about the Red Sox offense. I mean, you're all eyes are on this guy on the mound right now. 2-2. 2 down, bases empty. The pitch is a pop right to us and just into the booth. And I bet Loomer made the play. He did. Oh, baby. The hands still work. I was ready for it. And now Lou fakes a throw
it
back into the stands.
Throw it back.
Oh, that was awesome.
I'm up there for 2 weeks and I don't get one. He's here for 3 innings.
Here's a high fly into right center field. Sadan to his left. He'll call Abreu off. And on the glide, he's there to make the play. And the inning is over. Loomer gets all the breaks. He's flexing, too. To the bottom of the 3rd we go. 7-0 Red Sox in the Shaws and Star Market. WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Baseball season is here, and that means one thing. It's time to fire up the grill and knock dinner out of the park with Hatfield Pork. Hatfield marinated pork tenderloins and pork loin fillets have the home run flavor your whole family will love. Don't strike out with anything less. Load up your plate, put pork on your fork, and bring home the taste of summer with Hatfield. Visit simplyhatfield.com for recipes and to find a retailer near you. Hatfield. Better care, better pork.
Wow, great game, Russ. You know, I know you hate to talk shop at the ballpark, but I'm really concerned about my portfolio.
It's never been more important to have safe money in your portfolio. That's money that doesn't go backwards when the market goes down.
Get a complimentary second opinion on your financial plan from Hackman Wealth Partners, Boston's premier retirement planning firm. 4 local offices, 617-674-2000, 617-674-2000.
Investment advisory services offered through Brookstone Capital Management, LLC, BCM, a registered investment advisor. Safe money refers to fixed insurance products only.
You've got to try the new burgers at the Nines. Bigger, bolder, and beefier. Our half-pound, 100% American Angus beef is sure to please. Try the new bourbon onion burger and get more ang for your buck. You gotta love the Nines.
Hey there, baseball fans. Will Fleming here. It's time to step up to the plate and upgrade your deck with TimberTech. TimberTech is the #1 premium composite decking brand. It looks just like real wood, but without the never-ending maintenance of a wood deck. It won't rot or splinter, and it's backed by industry-leading warranties, so you'll be sure your deck looks great, season after season. See for yourself why TimberTech is everything wood should be. Order free samples at TimberTech.com.
Jones and Keith.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Bottom of the third, 7-0 Red Sox, and David Hamilton is going to lead it off against Brent Suter. The pitch to Hammy. This is outside for ball one. You're still steaming over the fact that you were over on the other side, the TV side, for all these games.
Listen.
And the first game back, a ball goes right into Loomer's lap.
Timing is everything in life. All aspects of life. Right? But that wasn't one of the screamers either. That was the lollipop.
Such an easy
That's
play.
the one you want where it's just like fluttering into your hands.
I was ready to make that grab. 2-0 pitch.
You were ready.
Is driven high down the right field line toward the pesky pole, but it'll hold up as the right fielder Hines is over. He makes the play, and there's one away. My hands were out. I mean, I thought it was right at me. I really did.
I know. From my angle, I thought it was going right into your lap. and
the
I
minute
knew you were going to miss it.
I've actually made 2 or 3
I believe
shockingly good
with
plays.
those mitts?
Come on. My hands aren't quite as big as yours, but they'll do. One out. Here's Cedon. He takes slider for a strike, and it's 0-1. 7-0 Red Sox. Third inning brought to you by Citgo. 0-1. Cedon takes a strike. Here's a club you'll want to get into, Club Citgo. Download the Club Citgo app now and instantly save 23 cents a gallon on your first fill-up. 0-2 the pitch. High line drive down the right field line. Foul just in front of the pole by about 20 feet. And it's 0-2 to Cedon. That's exactly the foul ball you want, though. Just a gentle little looper.
Yeah, because some of them are just coming in screaming.
0-2. Cedon takes a ball.
And you can't back down, right? It's coming in hot. You were an ex-player. You're like, I got to make a play.
You had to make that
But
play.
you're barehanded, and it's coming in at Mach 12, right? And it's just, OB's in the floor, hiding, like getting out of the way. And I got to make a play.
I would like to see a replay of that part. The 1-2 is a swinging bunt foul on the third base side.
We were in Anaheim 2 or 3 years ago, and that's a low booth. It's one of the best in the game. You're right on the field, and
Wide open.
They come in hot. Yeah. And one came in, and there's still a mark on the wall to this day. But it was right in between us. I dive for it. OB's in the floor.
1-2. Cedon takes a ball. Sinker.
I go for it. It like ricochets off my hands, puts a hole in the wall. And I'm where's OB? He is on the floor.
2-2. Cedon cues it foul off the end of the bat.
I get it. He does all of his games on TV. He needs that face. I'm not here for my looks.
I will say that one was pretty easy. I'm proud of Lou for that one because he had time to react. The 2-2 is low. I'm sure you do this too. He calls the game off the monitor. He's watching pitch location. So, in a way, it's sort of like it comes right back at you. And by then, you look up and it's on you.
There's enough of a delay. Yeah, you have to look up.
3-2 is fouled off. Great at bat here from Cedon.
I've learned when there's a right-handed batter up there, those are the foul balls that come in the booth here. So I watch that first and immediately take my eyes to the monitor. And that little bit of delay, I can do both.
3-2. Cedon chops it up the middle. Second baseman McLean gloves, throws to first, and it is not in time. A lunge for Cedon. You hope he's okay. He's sort of limping behind the bag. He beat that thing out. You wondered whether De La Cruz had the best chance to cut in front and make that play. And they're going to challenge here. And it's very close. Cedon got the toe to the bag. Terry Francona says, why not? You seem to think, watching the replay, he might have been out?
I think it might have.
Call to first base.
I'm watching the replay right now, and I think it did get him. And I almost thought he missed the bag completely, but he just got the very front. But I do think it got into the leather just a tick before.
I do too. We take 10 seconds for station ID on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
From the WEEI studios, 93.7 WEEI FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Will Fleming, Will Middlebrooks. This is one of those frame-by-frame super slowdowns I think they're going to overturn this. We'll wait and see as New York renders its verdict to Laz Diaz, and he just mouthed the word overturn.
After review, the call's been overturned. The runner's out.
So I think they did get that right. And really, again, just as I said with Story, these base runners are smelling infield hits. It's hard to turn that adrenaline off, but in a 7-run game, that's a couple where you hold your breath.
Definitely, and look, I'm all for these guys playing hard. You put a Red Sox uniform on, that comes with it. You got to play hard, but you also got to play smart in a game like this.
So here now Duran batting for the third time in the third inning. Pitch to him is a strike on the outside corner. We'll get you our Twitter poll, brought to you by New England Chevy dealers. Together we drive. 0-1. Duran takes a ball. Sinker that missed outside, and it's 1-1. Two down, 7 in for the Sox. A swing and a miss, a slider. Where does Terry Francona rank amongst the greatest managers in MLB history? 4 choices. Greatest, top 5, top 10, top 20. I think I know where I'm leaning.
Wow, that's tough.
1-2 is a little bit outside. I mean, I think you could definitely make the case that he's one of the most, if not the most consequential Red Sox manager. And there have been a lot of greats, but to break the curse, the 2-2 is outside. Sinker, and it's 3-2 to Duran.
I'm assuming that's not all based off of just wins, because I think he's 13th in wins.
Yeah, it can't be. I mean, you're only as good as your players most of the time. Here's a liner into left field. It'll hang up for Steer. That catch is made and the inning is over. Red Sox pretty quiet as we go into the 4th inning. 7-0 Red Sox over the Reds in the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Your burger is served, and this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. Its sweet profile perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger.
That is one perfect combination. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
Here's a club you'll want to get into, Club Citgo. It's the super easy app that opens the door to great fuel savings and more. Sign up and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up, plus everyday savings that really add up. You can also enter our sweepstakes with multiple winners and giveaways, like free gas for a year. And Club Citgo makes paying easy with a convenient mobile pay feature. So welcome to the club where all the action is. Download Club Citgo today. Savings good up to 30 gallons, only at participating locations. Data rates may apply.
This is Jeffrey Glassman. For 4 generations, my family has called New England home. My grandfather taught me to always care for people and fight for what's right. At Jeffrey Glassman Injury Lawyers, that's exactly what we do. When you're hurt in a car crash, we fight big insurance companies to make sure you get the money you deserve. We care, we fight to win, and we don't get paid unless you do. Hurt? You gotta get Glassman. Call 617-777-7777.
As your summer fun gets into full swing, Shaw's and Star Market are saving you time and money. Download the Shaw's Deals and Delivery app to do your grocery shopping online. Right now, you'll save $30 off your first online order over $75. Just use the code SAVE30 and enjoy $30 off your first order. Plus, get free curbside pickup or delivery right to your door, shopped with care and ready in as soon as 30 minutes. Shaw's and Star Market. Save time, shop online.
Arbella Insurance has been serving the New England community for over 35 years. Being your neighbor helps Arbella provide you the coverage you need to drive, live, or run a business in this part of the country we call home. Arbella, here for New England, here for good.
We're right back to the Sox on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
When we go to the 4th inning, 7-0 Sox. Garrett Crochet back to the mound. The pitch to the leadoff man, TJ Friedl, is fastball high for ball 1. That was only the 33rd pitch of the ball game for Crochet to begin the 4th inning. 1-0. Pitch is high with a cutter. How about this? We've now had 115 pitches thrown in the game. Only 34 of them by Garrett.
It's a really good sign, Will. I don't know if you watch a lot of baseball or not, but
they don't call you the best color man in the business for nothing. 2-0 pitch is a strike on the outside corner. It is 2-1. And it's also, by the way, that magic hour at Fenway Park. It is just spectacular. 2-1, the pitch is fouled off. I don't know about you, but I said it when we came on the air that, you step back for a minute and you hear the anthem, you see the teams in their uniforms, you watch Crochet come on, and you just you become a kid again. Your breath is taken away, and this is the apex of it, 2-2. Crochet waiting, very calmly staring in at Friedel. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and it is a little high with a cutter because we got the Citgo sign in iridescent orange, the windows downtown, the Prue and many other buildings, glinting peach-colored windows. The 3-2 pitch is swung on and fouled back to the screen.
I will say, to your point, it is my absolute favorite, too. Just looking up, and I probably have 40 pictures in my phone of the sun setting, and it's in the Citgo sign, and it's just golden. It's perfect.
3-2. Crochet throws, and a line drive up the middle. Story has it on one hop. He gloves, throws to first in time, and there's one away. And it happens this time of year more than ever because the sun is setting just as we get a little bit shorter day by day in the peak of the summer days. Temperatures in the 80s. We don't get many of these at Fenway Park. We really don't. And so you just want to bottle them up. It doesn't hurt that it's 7-0 Red Sox. But there are not many better scenes in American sport than this as a cutter misses high for ball one.
Yeah, when it's 7-0 Sox in the fourth, it smells better, it feels better, look, everything is better.
Even the leg room in the blue seats feels like there's more. The 1-0 pitch is crushed into left field. This thing is way back there. It is off the green, and that'll be the first hit for the Reds. Cedon beautifully plays the carry with a bare hand, throws to second, but not in time. And Matt McLean has the Reds' first hit. A little smattering of applause. Fans were aware of what was going on, even just in the fourth inning. A hanger in the middle of the zone, and the Reds have a runner at second base.
He got himself a 1-0 sweeper, a little breaking ball that hung right over the middle, and I'd say on that maybe had a chance. He barehanded, made a good play, but McLean runs too well for it.
So now here's Ellie De La Cruz. Pitch is high with a fastball. He does not look quite as sharp, Crochet. The command not as precise. Last year, 25 or more homers, 65 or more steals. First guy as a shortstop in big league history to do that. This guy's a total freak. The 1-0 strike. Sweeper, and it's 1-1.
And also he's 6'5", right? He's not your normal. He's not like 6'1", 6'2". He is 6'5", and he's doing that with that speed.
He's still so young, really coming into his own.
Yeah, 23.
1-1, the pitch. Chopper over Crochet's head, racing in. Story, he'll barehand throw to first, not in time. That's the foot speed of De La Cruz. That was brilliant from Trevor Story, but just a little tardy, and the Reds have him at the corners.
That ball couldn't have got to first base any quicker. Trevor Story, where he was playing and where he had to go to get to this ball, barehanded, get it out of his hand, made a good throw. About half a step too late.
That's the thing about De La Cruz. Balls like that, he's safe, period.
Yeah, you get a lot more hits when you have speed like that.
I mean, there's a real possibility that in 2 years, we're talking about Ellie De La Cruz as one of the 2 or 3 best players in the whole sport. He's trending in that direction. Here's Austin Hayes. First and third, one out. Crochet sets. He throws. And a foul back to the screen. Cutter in its own one.
You want to hear something, just why baseball's so weird? Brent Suter has 5 swing and misses. Garrett Crochet has 4.
Isn't that wild?
Riddle me that.
They are swinging early, these Reds.
Yeah.
Putting the ball in play quickly. 0-1. Pitch is up and in. That is amazing, though. Wait a minute. He's got 5 swing and misses, and he's got 5 strikeouts?
Yeah.
It's so hard to believe.
3 strikeout looking.
1-1. Crochet sets, he throws. And a high fly into center field. Cedon started in, now back toward the triangle. On the run, he will not make the play. It's off his glove and then off the wall. Cedon picks it up on the track. De La Cruz scores behind McLean. Over to third as the throw goes home. Is Hayes. It's a 2-run triple, and it's 7-2.
Well, that first step in cost Cedon a chance to make the play. Still an incredible effort off his glove. That ball totally rocketed into the triangle, and the Reds back within 5.
Yeah, Cedon too took that one step in. I thought he gained enough ground to get to it. It goes off the very end of the glove as he dives into the triangle right in front of the 420 sign. Slides right into the wall, seems to be okay. Heck of an effort, but that step in, to your point, cost him.
Here's Spencer Steer at a chopper to third. Backing up on it, Meyer. Because of that, the runner comes home, bounce through to first. What a stretch by Toro to steal a hit away from Steer. The run does score, and it's 7-3. That is excellent base running by Austin Hayes. He read that Meyer didn't charge that thing. He caught it off his heels. He broke home, and the Reds have scored 3.
Part of me says good base running. Part of me says bad awareness, not knowing that he's playing that deep.
Go right away.
Go right away, because he's not playing in. You know the scoreboard. He's not going to make a play at home and at the time a 5-run game.
Now here's a swing and a foul, high and deep on the first base side, and it's 0-1. Yeah, you're right. They're conceding the run on any soft grounder that way. Marcelo never was going to throw home. What a stretch, though, by Toro over at first.
Phenomenal.
0-1. Down and in. We know this. I mean, Garrett Crochet has been literally almost every time he's taken the mound for the Red Sox been walking the tightrope. Feels like every pitch matters so much. He's got to be so perfect as the 1-1 sweeper misses down and in. It's only natural for him with 7 runs on the board to maybe exhale a little bit. 2-1. Pitch. Swing and a miss. Cutter. It's through 52 pitches now. I think now that it's a 4-run game, things get a little interesting for Alex Cora, because I think with the offense doing what they've done, you'd like to maybe give Crochet a little bit of a break tonight. Not push him too deep into this game, but not now. 7-3. 2-2. Pitch is a hard ground ball inside the third base bag, past the dive of Meyer. That's going to be extra bases. This came out of nowhere. They're all over Crochet in this inning. That is their 4th hit with 3 runs in, a 2-out double. And I think maybe for the first time all year, other than maybe to say, here comes your last hitter, Andrew Bailey is out to the mound to talk to Garrett Crochet.
Yeah, but a lot more hard contact. Obviously, you had the double, but then infield single. But that triple by Austin Hayes was pummeled 400-plus feet to center. That ball right there, that double wasn't crushed, just hit right over the bag and out of the reach of Marcelo.
League leaders and who's circling the drain, presented by Drains by James in all of Major League Baseball. Judge still leads with a .356 batting average and an 1180 OPS, but all of a sudden we got a real race for the MVP in the American League because of what Cal Raleigh's doing. 32 homers, 2 more than Judge. An OPS right there at 1031. He's been phenomenal as Cal Raleigh. This becomes sort of a big spot for Crochet right here. 4-run lead, the pitch to the right-handed hitting Reese Hines. Misses with a cutter. He threw 32 pitches in the first 3 innings combined. Now 22 in this 4th. 1-0. Pitch. Line down the left field line. Trouble if fair, but it is foul. Hooks out of play. And it is 1-1. Drains by James is Eastern Mass's leader in residential and commercial drain cleaning and pipelining. At drainsbyjames.com, they give a poop about your pipes.
Yeah, much more aggressive swings here against Crochet. Second time through.
1-1. Swing and a miss. Good sweeper. That's to their credit, right? They made an adjustment.
Well, and as we talked about, they know it as well. They know he is going to be in the zone. He's pounding to the zone. So why go up there and take pitches if you know you're going to get something to hit?
1-2. Pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. Sweeper. That's 6 strikeouts for Crochet. After 3.5 at Fenway, 7-3 Red Sox in the Shaws and Star Market. WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
We know there's a lot that can go on during one night of baseball. Long home runs, epic pitching performances, catches that defy space, time, and gravity.
Climbing the wall. Did he catch it? He did!
But what if you could get all of that summarized in a quick, concise, and at least we think, funny podcast that's under 10 minutes? Check out MLB.com's morning lineup. It runs Monday through Friday mornings on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you love listening most.
Your burger is served, and this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. Its sweet profile perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger.
That is one perfect combination. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
Raising Cane's is the only fuel I need. Their chicken fingers always fill my tank. So when I'm running on fumes, I always refuel at Raising Cane's. But turns out, not everything's fueled by Cane's. Guess the old girl prefers her sauce unleaded. One love.
Some things can steal your sunshine. I just got my hair done.
Sorry, the cooler's broken. Anyone see my flip-flops? Anyone?
But COVID-19 can steal a lot more.
I just took a COVID test. Ugh.
Prescription medications for COVID exist. If you test positive this summer, ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com/COVID-19 to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Hey, it's Roman Anthony. This is the home of the Sox. WEEI.
Brett Suter is going to yield now to another left-hander. The Cincinnati bullpen. Joe LaSorsa. Left-hander will see Roman Anthony. 7-3 is the score here at Fenway Park as we make our way into the bottom of the fourth. Will Fleming, Will Middlebrooks, Justin Turpin is with us, doing a wonderful job as always. Of course, he picked the wrong night. He's thrilled to be back here, he told me, but he didn't know Luke Cornett was going to sign a big deal with the Spurs in free agency as Roman Anthony takes a strike on the outside corner.
And just like that, there goes our stats guy.
He go. 4 years, $41 million for Cornett. Anthony's looked really good. He takes a sweeper outside. It's 1-1. LaSorsa, I don't know much about him. I do know that in 2 outings, he's got an 18 ERA. The 1-1 is lined into the gap in left center field. That's down for a hit. Roman is going to think about it. He rounds first. He heads to second and then stops. Nice play out there in left by Steer to cut it off and limit Anthony to a base hit. Will, this has been now 7-10 days where Roman Anthony looks the part of the best young player in the game.
He sure does, right? We talk about the underlying metrics and the good at bats and hard hit balls, but nothing to show for it. But over this last week, really over these last 3 games, they're starting to find grass.
So here now, Abraham Toro batting from the right side. The pitch to him is a strike on the inside corner. 2 straight multi-hit games for Roman. So Terp is going to be feeding us stats like that one and then just furiously typing away a piece on how Cornett will fit with Wemby in San Antonio. 0-1. LaSorsa is ready. He throws. Pitch up and in. Like, I think LaSorsa, LaRussa, that kind of comes to mind. I think it's really kind of an interesting debate when you try to compare people like Terry Francona and Tony La Russa. I mean, both of them had major impacts on the game. La Russa won in Oakland and in St. Louis. 1-1. The pitch to Toro is high in the air behind second base. McLean from second goes out. In comes Friedel, and the Reds center fielder is there to make the play for out number 1.
Yeah, La Russa had almost 1,000 more wins than Francona to this point.
So that's a tough case to make. I mean, Tito, though, it's sort of like Theo Epstein, where Raj Davis hits the home run off Chapman. If the at that time Cleveland Indians win the World Series with Terry in the dugout and he breaks 2 curses.
Oh my gosh.
Here's Carlos Narvaez, who's doubled in line to second. Pitch to him is down and in, ball 1. We already talked about the great interview, the Section 10 guys and Jarren Duran. One thing that I really enjoyed that Jarren said was talking about this guy, Carlos Narvaez. I mean, Jarren said he especially here at home, he has to race into the dugout in the first inning. Here's the 1-0. That's a strike. We heard from Jose Altuve that he didn't like to hit in the leadoff spot at home for that reason, because you got to sprint in, get your gear off, put your arm guards on, and then you got like 2 practice swings before you begin the game.
Yeah, especially now with the timer.
1-1. Roman Anthony at first. 7-3 Red Sox in the 4th. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball on the left side. It is gloved there by Espinal. Second for 1, over to first, 2. Double play. Really nicely done there by the Reds. 5-4-3. And the inning is over. We'll pay off both the fourth inning bell and the story on Narvaez when we come back for the fifth. 7-3 Red Sox lead on the Shaws and Star Market. WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Sometimes when life brings you change, you also have to change your health coverage. Like when you're having a baby, or getting married, or turning 26 and aging off your parents' plan, or even when you're no longer covered by insurance you had through your job. At HealthSource RI, we can help you change coverage to keep up with these life changes and others. Learn about all the life events and changes that may qualify you for health coverage at healthsourceri.com.
Funny how quickly there's no time to stop. Becomes maybe we do need a stretch. When you hear the word McChicken. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
As your summer fun gets into full swing, Shaws and Star Market are saving you time and money. Download the Shaws Deals and Delivery app to do your grocery shopping online. Right now, you'll save $30 off your first online order over $75. Just use the code SAVE30 and enjoy $30 off your first order. Plus, get free curbside pickup or delivery right to your door, shopped with care and ready in as soon as 30 minutes. Shaws and Star Market. Save time, shop online.
Your burger is served, and this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. Its sweet profile perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger.
That is one perfect combination. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
People always ask me, hey, Livy, what fuels you? Passion? Competition? The pursuit of greatness? None of those things. Raising Cane's is the only fuel I need. Their cooked-to-order chicken fingers always fills my tank, and the crinkle-cut fries and Texas toast are the perfect top-off for the perfect road trip. So when I'm running on fumes, I always refuel at Raising Cane's. But turns out, not everything's fueled by Cane's. Guess the old girl prefers her sauce unleaded. Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love.
Fitzy and Johnson.
Weekdays 2 to 6.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Garrett Crochet back to the mound for the fifth inning. It is 7-3 Red Sox. 7 in the first. Crochet hit pretty hard in the Reds half of the fourth. 4 hits, 3 runs. I fully expect him to lock it back in right here. You'll see Christian Encarnacion Strand. Pitch is a little bit outside. Now they've changed it. It used to be on the video board. It was just smaller. Now they've just changed the spacing between the letters.
I think everyone was like, we can't read that. It's too small.
Here's the 1-0, and that's a strike on the inside corner.
They have a pan across the stands, and everyone's squinting.
Who?
Huh? Who is it?
This takes me back to like high school and college when you're writing papers on the laptop. The 1-1 pitch is high, but called a strike. And it's 1-2 where it's like you need to do a certain number of pages.
Like have some double spaces mixed in there.
And you could mess with both the spacing between the lines, but also the lettering.
Yes.
2 pages out of 145 words. 1-2 to Christian Encarnacion Strand. A swing and a miss. Had a sweeper. And Garrett Crochet back at it. He's got his 7th strikeout to begin this top of the 5th inning.
Tell you what, this sweeper today has a ton of break to it. Now, some days it's a little tighter. Today it's almost curveball-ish the way it's got depth to it.
He is so special, Crochet is. Here's Santiago Espinal. He grounds one toward short over the leap of Meyer. Trevor backhands. He can't get it out of the glove. That was going to be a hit once it got over Marcelo's leap. More bad luck there for Crochet. And a 1-out single. We are long overdue, by the way, to tell you that the 110th pitch was brought to you by 110 Grill. Gluten-free dining done right. 110 Grill, proud to be an official partner of the WEEI Red Sox Radio Network. How cool was it to see Bregman today? Again, full baseball activities, hitting, fielding, and as he put it, I get to run not only in a straight line, but run in curves, too.
Which matters.
Here's T.J. Friedel. Pitch is a bunt. He brings it with him on the first base side. Crochet, gloves, flips out of the glove, high to first. Toro leapt up, but couldn't make the play. A drag bunt infield hit for T.J. Friedel, and here come the Reds again.
I tell you what, Friedel worked on this during batting practice. He got out there in the first group before everyone else, and as the batting practice pitcher warmed up, he bunted 10, 12 times, which you don't really see much anymore, but that's part of his game, and that was a perfect one.
As we said at the top, I mean, that's about his best chance to get on against Crochet. Garrett almost made a great play, but here we go again, man. A 7-0 game, now 7-3, and 2 on with 1 out. Here's Matt McLean, who doubled his last time. The pitch is foul back. They're taking good swings now against Crochet, and it's 0-1.
Yeah, they're getting really aggressive on these first pitch fastballs that Crochet is known for. So you're going to start mixing the cutter in a little bit, get it in on those hands, break some bats.
1-1. 2 on, 1 out. Pitch outside. But Bregman alluded to something that Duran did last week in that great interview, which is, you know, baseball's such a different sport where you got to go max effort pretty infrequently. I mean, you go full sprint defensively, and when you're running the bases, the 1-1 is swung on and missed, good sinker, and then you just stop. You're calm for a while. And you do need to do that a lot of times to get your body ready to do that.
Yeah, and you can go a good amount of time in between those bursts, and that's where you can pull muscles when you get cold.
1-2. Pitch is drilled into left field. Duran back onto the track. He will watch it crash off the scoreboard. He plays the bare hand beautifully, throws to second, and it's a wall ball single. For Matt McLean, it's 7-4, and all of a sudden, the tying run will come to the plate.
Yeah, Duran had an actual, he had a shot to get, who was that, Friedel at third base, but his back was to the runner, and he did not know that he got such a bad read on it, and he had a shot at third, so he got that throw into second base.
Well, and it's almost like it was predetermined, and the other part of that is he did such a great job playing the carom quickly. So this is terrifying all of a sudden. I mean, Ellie De La Cruz is the tying run at the plate. The pitch is crushed down the left field line, but foul. On a frozen rope, a sweeper, and it's 0-1. I mean, Crochet has now thrown 74 pitches, and as dominant as he was in the first 3, he has been just as shaky in the next 2.
Yeah, he doesn't throw the changeup often. But I'm starting to think now's the time to start mixing it in because so many guys are getting the head out on that fastball pull side.
First pitch especially. 0-1. They lead at first and third. Crochet looks to first. Pitch is high and outside. An arm side miss on a fastball. And it's 1-1. Fourth inning was brought to you by Cars for Kids. Easiest way to get rid of your old car. Donate today. Get your car picked up tomorrow. Donate now at carsforkids.com with a K. 1-1 to Ellie De La Cruz. Pitch is high. The call to strike. Actually, it was right there at the top of the zone. Ellie sort of bent back out of the way. And it's 1-2.
4 runs is tied for the most allowed by Crochet here at Fenway this season.
And one little subtlety I'm starting to notice that Alex Cora and the Red Sox have begun to allow is guys have a little bit more personal touches on their belts. Garrett's got like a gray print with the number 35 on the front side of his. 1-2. The pitch is a broken back ground ball to short. Story is only played a second to get it there. Hamilton throw. Is it picked at first in time? They got him. Wow.
What a pick.
I don't know whether De La Cruz wasn't running hard or what. That did not feel like it was hit hard at all. It's an inning-ending double play. Story to Hamilton to Toro, and an exclamation point keeps runs off the board. Wow. What a great job by the Red Sox to get Crochet back into the dugout. 3-run lead, bottom 5 next in the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI, Red Sox Radio Network.
Your burger is served, and this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. Its sweet profile perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger.
That is one perfect combination. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
Near you. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the following Cars Dealer of the Year recipients. Audi Burlington, Herb Chambers Infiniti of Westboro, Herb Chambers Lincoln of Norwood, Flagship Motor Cars of Linfield, Porsche Burlington, and Herb Chambers Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Fiat of Millbury. The Herb Chambers team is proud to be recognized for our legendary customer service.
People always ask me, hey Livy, what fuels you? Passion, competition, the pursuit of greatness, none of those things. Raising Cane's is the only fuel I need. Their cooked-to-order chicken fingers always fills my tank, and the crinkle-cut fries and Texas toast are the perfect top-off for the perfect road trip. So when I'm running on fumes, I always refuel at Raising Cane's. But turns out, not everything's fueled by Cane's. Guess the old girl prefers her sauce unleaded. Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love.
When it comes to getting the guaranteed lowest price on Toyo tires, there's only one place to go, Town Fair Tire. And when it comes to getting more free services for life than anywhere else on Toyo tires, there's only one place to go, Town Fair Tire. So when you're in the market for a new set of Toyo tires, there's only one place to go, because nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal. Absolutely nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
More Boston sports opinion, more often. Just download the Odyssey app. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
What a big double play and what a big break for the Red Sox. Ellie De La Cruz slip coming out of the batter's box as Buehler Abreu leads off the bottom of the fifth. The pitch is a strike. You heard me say, I thought there was no chance in the world that they would turn that double play. And the only reason they did is because De La Cruz basically went to his backside. Here's an 0-1 to Abreu, swung on a miss, and it's 0-2.
Well, and Trevor Story and David Hamilton got rid of the ball quickly, both of them, and then a tremendous scoop down low by Abraham Toro. He has been phenomenal over there.
He's had an awesome night tonight. Picked two beautifully. 0-2 to Abreu. So for 2 tonight, but he's hit it hard. He drives one high and deep into right center field towards the Red Sox bullpen. It is back and it is off the top of the wall, and it caroms into center field. This could be an inside the park homer. Abreu runs third. He gets the go-ahead. He comes home. Head first slide inside the park homer for Buehler Abreu. Well, he missed getting it out by about 6 inches. The baseball gods pay him back, and it's 8-4.
Well, I tell you what, when he made contact with this ball, he stood at home plate for about 2 seconds, admiring the contact he had made, thinking this ball is out of here. Well, it kind of sliced back towards that triangle and just caught the top of the fence and kicked all the way away from the center fielder, and it was off to the races after that.
Yeah, Friedel was all the way over into the triangle, and it went to the right fielder Hines to back the play up, and they could not get it home in time. Here's Trevor Story, who had a more conventional homer his first time, and he takes a high fastball for ball one.
How many times do you hit a ball 423 feet and not leave the ballpark?
1-0 to Trevor's outside. You know, it hit the padded wall right in front of that rail that's got that grate on it. It missed going out by 6 inches.
Well, what caused it to kick as far as it did?
2-0 as Trevor is high down the left field line, behind the bag in a shallow left field in front of the track. The left fielder doesn't see it. It bounces off the track and off the wall. Trevor's around first, into second. The wild and wacky bottom of the fifth continues. A twilight double for Trevor Story.
You know, at some point, some things had to start going in the way of the Sox, right? My goodness, if that ball that Buehler had hit the padding, it wouldn't have bounced as hard as it did, but it just missed the padding by about an inch and hit the metal railing and kicked so far. And then that one, this is the type of sky. You love it. It's beautiful to look at, but pop-ups disappear, and he had no chance. He had no idea where that ball was.
Here's Marcelo Meyer, who doubled his first time. He drives one into left field. This thing is back at the track at the wall. A leaping try by Steer. He makes the play, a slicing line drive. Marcelo just missed that one. They're all having a great time with Buehler Abreu. I think it's basically because he did admire it for a moment. And by the way, so did Story. He thought he absolutely made an out there. He flipped the bat away disgustedly. By the time Buehler got to first base, he saw the kick. He kicked it into high gear. That was awesome. I don't know how he kept the helmet on with a head first slide. Here is Hamilton, and he thought about sort of a bunt attempt. He takes it back. A sinker misses 1-0.
I love seeing Kyle Hudson, third base coach, just get out of his mind fired up when he knew he could send him.
That's just one of those moments.
So fun.
1-0. Pitch is a little looper in a shallow center field. Friedel comes on, and he makes the play on the run. And Trevor retreats back to second. Those are the kind of moments, Will, that can kind of ignite a dugout. I mean, it's just, for a team that's had so many one-run losses, so many bad breaks, a carom like that, off to the races.
And the crowd was already awake, but when a play like that happens in the gradual roar, right? They see the bounce, they get excited, then they realize, okay, he's turning third, and he's going for it. This place just erupts.
Now Cedon. Trevor at second and 2 down. 8-4 Red Sox on an inside the park homer. The pitch to Cedon. Misses outside. That's the Red Sox first inside the park home run since September of 2011. Jacoby Ellsbury. 1-0 to Cedon. I think he's trying to hit one on Lansdowne right here. La Sorsa sets. He throws, and Cedon swings and fouls it over your head. That was a little too high up above us. And it's 1-1. Think about the sequence here in the last 4 or 5 minutes. I mean, a ground ball that very easily could have made it a 7-5 game. De La Cruz slips. Red Sox turn the double play. And then immediately they answer right back with a run of their own. Thinking about more. 1-1 pitch is a check swing. That's a really good take. He did not go. And it's 2-1.
Rafaela has done such a good job here lately, over the last month plus now, of not chasing out of the zone nearly as much. He still will some, but he's taking much more.
He's walked and grounded out. 2-1. Hitters count. Pitch is swung on and popped up into the seats on the first base side. 8-4 Red Sox. By the way, that bell that happened right after the double play, the fourth inning bell, brought to you by Russell Hackman and the team at Hackman Wealth Partners, Boston's premier retirement planning specialists. Learn more at hackmanwealth.com. Two and two. Story at second, 2 down. La Sorsa finally has one he wants. He throws. Cedon swings and grounds one up the middle. It is backhanded by McLean, the second baseman on the run. Throw to first in time. And the inning is over. But the Red Sox get an inside the park home run from Buehler Abreu. Now that's not your custom inside the park. He blasted at 420, but it stayed in and he touched home plate. 8-4 after 5 in the Shaw's and Star Market. WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
For 150 years, American Standard has been the plumber's trusted partner, working together to bring your customers quality, value, and always a quick and easy installation for the #1 toilet brand. While our partnership hasn't changed, our appreciation continues to grow. And it's why we've enhanced our American Standard Plumber Rebate Program, which now gives you even more money back on projects large and small. Learn more at LixellPlumberRebates.com.
We know there's a lot that can go on during one night of baseball. Long home runs, epic pitching performances, catches that defy space, time, and gravity.
Climbing the wall. Did he catch it? He did!
But what if you could get all of that summarized in a quick, concise, and at least we think, funny podcast that's under 10 minutes? Check out MLB.com's Morning Lineup. It runs Monday through Friday mornings on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you love listening most.
Your burger is served, and this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. Its sweet profile perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger.
That is one perfect combination. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
People always ask me, hey, Livy, what fuels you? Passion? Competition? The pursuit of greatness? None of those things. Raising Cane's is the only fuel I need. Their cooked-to-order chicken fingers always fills my tank, and the crinkle-cut fries and Texas toast are the perfect top-off for the perfect road trip. So when I'm running on fumes, I always refuel at Raising Cane's. But turns out, not everything's fueled by Cane's. Guess the old girl prefers her sauce unleaded. Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love.
In our Can Show, weekday afternoons starting at 6. Now back to the Shaw's and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Garrett Crochet back on the mound with a 4-run lead at first pitch. Cut fastball to Austin Hayes for strike 1. It's not often you dirty your uniform on your 15th homer of the year, but that's what Buehler Abreu just did. A swing and a foul at a cutter. He's mixing up a little bit here, Crochet. And it's 0-2.
That said 86. I think that was actually a changeup because that worked away from Austin Hayes.
A little combio?
Yeah, a little combio piece.
This game has not been dull.
No.
right from the jump. 75th pitch coming home from Crochet, the 0-2. He is high. I guess Eduardo Nunez had an inside the park home run at Tampa in 2018. So Jacoby's must have been the last one here at Fenway 14 years ago. It's actually a pretty good inside the park homer yard as a 1-2 is skied into center field. It's hit well. Cedon, though, backpedaling. Dekes the runner. It's into the seats. Gone. A home run. Austin Hayes hit that 5 rows deep. I don't know why Rafaela did that. As it is, solo shot. And the Reds back within 3. So much for watching the outfielders. I mean, there's nobody on base. Oh, well, a solo shot, and Crochet continues to get hit hard.
Yeah, Hayes, that's 2 at-bats in a row. He hit that triple out into the 420 triangle just past Rafael in his last at-bat, and they got every bit of that fastball.
Here now, Spencer Steer, a sinker to him, strike 1. Look, Will, we said this when it was 7-0, that Crochet was going to throw strikes. He has, and the Reds have attacked them. 0-1. That's another strike. Fastball, more like it, 97, and it's 0-2.
Yeah, it's weird seeing Crochet give up hard contact like we've seen.
5 runs allowed. Season high tying. They last did it June 7th at Yankee Stadium. I think that's the day that Austin Wells had that little cheap home run over the right field wall. Here's a swing and a miss and a sweeper. And there is the first out, the 8th strikeout for Garrett Crochet.
8th strikeout, and he's gone at least 5 innings in all 18 starts. That's he's going for 7 in a row of at least 6 innings. He's been phenomenal.
I'm with you, Will. A sweeper is a different pitch tonight. It's more 12-6 than it has been.
Yeah, a little more downer. I'll check the numbers on that. At least looks it.
Careful with numbers. Here's Tyler Stevenson. A fastball misses outside for ball 1. Code word of the game, Martinez 45. Make sure to enter your code word in the member portal today to claim your points. 8-5 Red Sox. 1 out, bases empty. The pitch. Low. I mean, it's one of the million reasons baseball is the best game. I mean, how many times has Crochet taken the mound, been utterly dominant, gotten no run support? Now tonight he gets 8 runs and wobbles a little bit. You just never know. The 2-0 is a fastball low for ball 3.
And you wonder if that is a mental thing with a pitcher, right? Where he knows, okay, the game's close. I have to dial in. The margin for error is so small for us to win.
3-0 pitch is low. That's ball 4, his first walk issued today. I would think it has to be.
Yeah, kind of relaxed a little bit. He kind of slipped on that follow-through as well. There's been a lot of issues with the mound over the last 3-4 days.
Yeah, what's going on with that?
I don't know, something with the clay on the landing spot, but yesterday it was also in front of the rubber. Both sides, the Blue Jays and the Red Sox, were having issues with it.
You wonder if the weird sort of changes in climate the last week or so, when it's 100, then 60, then 80, then 100. Here's a high fly foul down the left field line off the bat of Reese Hines. Cutter, and it's 0-1. Red Sox baseball brought to you by your New England Ford dealers. Hurry in for your last chance to get employee pricing for all during the Great American Sales event. I don't know what Laz Diaz is doing. I guess Duran maybe picked the ball up out in the outfield.
Laz likes to get some attention here and there. Hey, guys, just want to remind you I'm here.
The Teddy Valentine of umpires. The 0-1 is fouled off the leg of Narvaez. You hope he's okay. And it's 0-2.
Tell you what, these catchers take a beating back there. And especially now the guys throw so hard, those foul tips are coming in even hotter.
That's why it's going to be really interesting to watch how they manage Narvaez as Greg Weissert gets up in the bullpen. Because he's been so good, you don't want to take him out of the lineup, but it's a long year. Just past the halfway mark, you need to keep him fresh. That's why Connor Wong becomes so important. Just to spell him a couple days a week.
You know, Nesson didn't show a replay, so that tells me I might have gotten him in a different spot.
1-2. 0-2 to Reese Hines. The pitch is fouled on the first base side. Bullpen report brought to you by Interlock Metal Roofing. Never re-roof again. New England Metal Roofing.com. Midnight blue skies overhead. Lights are on. They have been for some time. And another wonderful scene at Fenway. Not a seat to be had. The 0-2 misses down and in. one of the best parts about baseball being played outside. We deal with rain delays and the unpredictability of that, but there is no other major American sport. The NFL does this, but those games played usually in one period of the day where you just change from bright sunshine to twilight skies to blue to jet black, and the entire tapestry behind the game just evolves throughout all 9 innings.
Keep going. I love when you get poetic.
Please. It is true, though.
It's so true.
And there's no place like Fenway to take that all in.
And part of that is, you know, as long as this park has been here and the structure's here, it's not the big, high, triple-deck, 4-deck stadiums, right? It's a lower set stadium where the sun actually plays a big aspect of this game.
1-2, 1 on, 1 out, 8-5 Red Sox. The pitch is way outside. That's 87 pitches. I wouldn't be surprised, really, if Crochet has 1 or 2 more hitters left.
Yeah, I'm with you.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. Sweeper. 9 strikeouts. That'll buy him at least 1 more hitter, especially in this part of the order. Christian Encarnacion Strand. If you want to win free groceries for a year, prizes like $500 in Shaw's gift cards, or your kid is an honorary bat child, enter the Shaw's and Star Market Grand Slam Summer Sweepstakes. All right, here's CES. Christian Encarnacion Strand. 1 on, 2 out, a run in. The pitch. High pop-up. Perfect. 1 pitch. Backpedaling Hamilton at second. Base is there to make the play. And the inning is over. I think that's probably it for Crochet. And if so, he'll leave after 6 innings with an 8-5 lead. Red Sox lead by 3 on the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Your burger is served. And this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. Its sweet profile perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger.
That is one perfect combination. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
Switching to Progressive is a game-winning call. And that reminds us of other game-winning calls in the history of sports.
It was a doubleheader in August, and really hot inside the concession stand. So instead of waiting for people to come to me, I figured I'd walk around yelling, "Hot dogs here!" And that's how I became the first hot dog vendor in sports.
Okay, not really a game-winning call, but it was a good call. You can make one too. Switch to Progressive and you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, not available in all states.
Have a Dole Whip day. Fruity and refreshing. It's Dole Whip. Smooth and velvety. It's Dole Whip. Frozen fruity delight that makes you feel bright. It's Dole Whip. Have a Dole Whip day.
This is a special alert for Americans who owe more than $10,000 in back taxes. Get ready for a toll-free hotline number. Call and get free information on how to take advantage of new initiatives that could significantly reduce or even eliminate your tax debt. Call Stop IRS Debt today at 800-655-6697. Learn how you can stop collection calls, IRS letters, bank levies, and wage garnishments, all by using a proven A+ BBB-rated tax system that negotiates with the IRS for you. If you haven't filed returns in years or you're already in a payment plan, you can still get tax relief. The government is ready to work out a generous program that can resolve your tax debt quickly. Be warned, this situation won't last forever and your tax debt will only get worse if you don't act now. Do not try to handle it yourself. Call Stop IRS Debt now for free information. 800-655-6697. That's 800-655-6697. 800-655-6697.
You're listening to live play-by-play action of the Boston Red Sox on the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Jarren Duran to bat for the 4th time as we go into the bottom of the 6th inning. It's 8-5 Red Sox. Hey, Crochet will not love the bottom line here. He was awesome, perfect, in fact, through 3 innings. And wobbled a little bit in the 4th inning as the Reds, trailing at that time by 7 runs, put 3 up. They got 1 more in the 5th, 1 in the 6th. But that is now 7 straight starts where Garrett has given the Red Sox at least 6 innings. Here's Duran. takes sweeper outside for ball one. It's just everything they wanted from that big left-hander. 1-0. High drive down the right field line. It is gone. If it's fair, it is back past the pole, and it is gone! It's stuck inside the pesky pole. Duran hits a homer off the lefty, and it's 9-5 Red Sox.
Boy, did Jared need that. Right, the walks are good, right? Singles are fun. He needed some pull side, loud contact to get him going, and he pulled this one the right way. He didn't hook it. That thing stayed true right down the line, snuck it right inside the pesky pole.
Here now, Roman Anthony, who's had a big night at the plate. That was a sweeper, and he launched it, Duran. 1-0, a ball outside. Roman buckled up on a sweeper, and it's 1-1. Duran, 3 straight at-bats against left-handed relievers, and he cashed that one in. Anthony singled his last 2 times here. He swings and misses at a sinker. One of the least comfortable swings we've seen from him, and it's 1-2. I was just about to say to you that it felt like the Red Sox could sure use a little extra padding.
Well, ask and you shall receive, even if it's just in your own mind.
Subliminal ask. The 1-2. Anthony swings and misses at a sweeper. He is gone. So there's one down. It'll bring up Toro.
Everybody except for Sadon, who's arguably been the hottest hitter lately, has a hit tonight. Still plenty of time. Yeah, still plenty of time.
Arbella Insurance Foundation, dedicated to striking out cancer by supporting the Jimmy Fund. Every strikeout from a Sox pitcher, $50 to the Jimmy Fund. Toro grounds it short. De La Cruz throws to first. He took a little something off. That was only 95 to first, and they're 2 away.
That was his 2-seamer.
He sure is fun to watch. And the point you made, he's 6'5". He's so different. I mean, he just looks like a gazelle out there, and everything, even with that long, gangly sort of body, it looks pretty smooth for him.
That's the thing. Normally, long, lanky players like that don't move that smooth, and it's hard for them to play middle infield because that position has to be played so close to the ground and low and behind the baseball. But he still moves like he's compact.
Carlos Narvaez takes a strike on the inside corner. That's why when A-Rod and Jeter and even Nomar came up, everybody, and Cal Ripken started this
thing. My favorite player ever, Cal Ripken Jr.
And you can't play shortstop at that size. Of course, the game has changed. A 1 to Narvi. Swinging a drive down the left field line. This thing hooking, and it will catch some green off the AL scoreboard. Narvaez will hold at first. That is a Fenway single, if ever there were one. That ball launched off the monster. And a wall ball single for Narvaez.
The monster giveth and the monster taketh. That's a double everywhere in baseball except for here.
And yet Narvaez is swinging it again as Terry Francona is coming out. He's seen enough from La Sorsa. How about this? I mean, Wilyer Abreu is going to get a chance out of the bullpen to see a right-hander with the Red Sox ahead 9-5. This never happens for the Red Sox slugger, and it will right here. It happens when you get into the bullpen in the first inning of a game. It's Pink Pony Club time at Fenway Park. It's 9-5. Runner at first with 2 down. Wilyer when we come back to the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
During this call to the bullpen, you could sign up for Ford Pass. It's the app that puts your Ford ownership experience right in the palm of your hand. With the Ford Pass app, you can access complimentary remote features like start-stop, lock-unlock, schedule a start, locate your vehicle, or get your vehicle's status on the Ford Pass app when your vehicle is equipped with Ford Pass Connect. Get started by downloading the Ford Pass app on the App Store or Google Play.
Having health insurance is a must-have, and the Massachusetts Health Connector has a power-packed lineup in Connecticare plans that delivers. At the top of the order, lower premiums make bumpy costs affordable. The middle of the lineup is packed with low copays and no deductibles, so you can save money on everything, from an urgent ER trip to managing chronic disease like diabetes and hypertension through no-cost prescriptions. Round out the order access to Connecticare plans now at mahealthconnector.org, and you have a winning team with you and the Massachusetts Health Connector. There
having fun at Fenway tonight, 9-5. Somewhere Maddie and Kenzie are dancing in Boynton Beach as the Red Sox lead by 4. It's become not quite Mr. Brightside level here at Fenway Park, but it's on the next rung below.
Yeah, they have fun. I mean, you got to keep the young ones interested, right? At Fenway later in the game, and they get fired up for that one. Oh, my girls did.
So now, Terry Francona again goes to the bullpen for Connor Phillips, just up today. 4th big league appearance this season. He's yet to allow a run. Buehler, who last time had an inside the park home run. Narvaez at first base. That's Carlos's 16th multi-hit game this season. Amazing. Buehler takes a strike. I think maybe Laz's zone expanding a little bit as we get into the later innings. 9-5 Red Sox. 0-1. Pitch. Swing and a foul. Abreu was thinking about it there. 10-second station ID. Shaw's and Star Market Red Sox Radio Network.
From the WEEI studios, 93.7 WEEI FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Will Fleming, Will Middlebrooks, Justin Turpin in between, giving us great info and stats. Joe Bregman back at the flagship, and Doug Lane blasting Chapel Roan here in the booth at Fenway Park. 0-2 pitch. Buehler takes a ball in the dirt. Good read there by Narvaez. Good job by the catcher to keep it in front there. Stevenson. Fans are into it, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, Phillips, another flamethrower for the Reds. Averages 98 on his fastball. He played college ball at McLennan Community College. Same place as, can you guess?
No, I'm not familiar.
Chris Martin.
Oh. Big rig, the 1-2 pitch. Swinging a high pop-up into shallow left center field. Actually carrying pretty well. Friedel and Steer come together. T.J. Friedel is there to make the play. Chris Martin, I think he gave up 3 consecutive home runs the other night, but one of our all-time favorites out of the bullpen for the Red Sox. 9-5 after 6 at Fenway. The Shaw's and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Your burger is served. And this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. Its sweet profile perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger.
That is one perfect combination. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
Since 1983, Nissan has been assembling award-winning vehicles for you, right here in America. And this summer, we're committed to keeping our lineup affordable and free from new tariffs. That's why we've lowered MSRP on our best-selling Rogue and Pathfinder. So you can get the car you want, at the price you want, knowing Nissan is here for you. Hurry into your local Nissan dealer today to save big during the Nissan Summer Sales Event.
Now get 0% APR financing for 60 months on Rogue or Pathfinder. For a limited time until supplies last, assembled with U.S. and imported parts. Available on 2025 Nissan Rogue or 2025 Nissan Pathfinder from new dealer stock. Example, 0% APR financing for 60 months at $1,667 per month per thousand financed. Actual down payment may vary, subject to NMAC credit approval. Not all buyers qualify. Dealer contribution may affect actual price set by dealer. Contact dealer for details. N7725.
Want to listen to WEEI on the go? Just download the Odyssey app. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
We go to the 7th inning. Red Sox lead the Reds 9-5. Sorry, I'm here for someone else. That's what that foul ball said to Will Middlebrooks when it landed in Lou Merloni's hands. Here for somebody else. 4-run Red Sox lead. Greg Weissert on for Garrett Crochet. Santiago Espinal, 9-hole hitter for Terry Francona. The Reds leads off, and Weissert throws it behind him. Did it hit him? Must have. It might have actually just gone under his arms on the front side of the jersey, not the start that Weissert was looking for. His 41st appearance begins with a hit batter to begin this 7th inning, right above the belt buckle.
Looked like he got more jersey than anything, but it definitely got him.
I knew nothing about Benson Boone until he took the flip off the piano at the Grammys.
In the blue onesie?
It was unbelievable. Here's TJ Friedl. 4-run Red Sox lead. The pitch is a strike. Slider in its own one. Well, anyway, then I started to really pay attention. And it's not just that first hit song. The whole album is really fun. I really do like that track here for Someone Else. 0-1. Swing and a miss. Fastball. And it's 0-2. In fact, I believe maybe earlier this season I might have actually sung Benson Boone in a high-pitched voice, which I regret. 0-2 from Weissert to Friedl.
No, you don't. You regret nothing.
Ask for forgiveness, not permission, right? 0-2. Weissert closed off stance. He throws. And a chopper towards second. Hamilton's only choice is to play back. He throws to first in time to get Friedl. Up to second base goes Espinal. I wish I could do a front flip off a piano and land on both feet. You probably in your heyday could do it.
Oh, and yeah, at my peak in high school.
Please. Oh, I bet you Trevor Story this moment could still do a standing front flip.
1,000%, but I do not want him to.
Not either. Here's Matt McLean, right-handed hitter. 4-run Red Sox lead. Check in on the Subaru of New England scoreboard in a moment. Subaru Summer. Find your 25 Subaru at SubaruofNewEngland.com. McLean has doubled and singled his last 2 times. Pitch. Strike on the outside corner. Good sweeper.
You know, we talked about this a little in between innings. Are kind of wondering if Weissert's running out of gas. Right? This is his 41st appearance. That's tied for 3rd in all of baseball.
Yeah. It was bad news that Slayton had to go on to the 60-day IL. He can't come back till July 28th, the 0-1. Strike on the outside corner. He just started throwing a couple days ago, so maybe it's not that big a deal, but I would say that I think there's no one on this roster that will look more forward to the All-Star break than this man, Greg Weissert. 0-2.
He needs it.
He does. Pitch. High liner into center field. Cedon races in. He's there to make the play on the gallop. Another 2 down.
Someone else in that same conversation, Brendan Bernardino, you know, and they have used him less and less over the last 10 days or so, so he's been able to take a breath.
Wasn't it 16 outings in 1 month?
Oh, jeez. Every time I saw him, I said, hey, man, good luck today. He's probably going to throw.
They keep taunting you with the replay, the All-State Good Hands replay on Nesson of Lou making that play. They do a good job. They square the shot, and they cut me out of it most times. Here is Ellie De La Cruz taking a sweeper outside for ball 1.
I get it. I'm little brother, you know. He's been here a lot longer. He has way more games. Give it to me. Lou's trying to throw me the ball over there.
Don't drop it. 1-0 to Ellie De La Cruz. 1 on, 2 out. 9-5 Sox. Pitch is a chopper foul on the first base side. This is how it's supposed to be, isn't it? Laughter. Fun.
Baseball's fun.
Look at that shot of Sweet Lou. You know what's
Loomer.
so funny about that picture right there? He looks so much like his son Mason.
Oh my gosh, you're spot on.
That's unbelievable. The entire facial expression. 1-1 to Ellie De La Cruz. Pitch is fouled back. The Northeast Lions, Mace's team, went down to Florida and won a tournament.
Well, Lou was texting us and saying, look, we faced a 15-year-old from Florida who was throwing 88.
Yeah.
So how did Mace do? He's had a walk and a knock, no big deal.
Apparently got the big hit with the bases loaded.
It's in his genes.
Now that right there was totally eerie to me. Haven't gotten to know Mace these last few years. 1-2 to Ellie De La Cruz. 9-5 Red Sox. The pitch is high and foul on the third base side. Marcelo gives it a look, but it is out of play into the seats.
Something else I took from that picture. Those are my favorite Red Sox jerseys. The navy blue V-necks with the red and white, V-neck. Oh,
on the collar.
Just the V-neck, no buttons, a pullover jersey. Those are so sweet.
I'm sure they were super breathable and comfortable material too.
You mean the wool unis they wore in the 40s weren't?
Exactly. 9-5 Red Sox. Runner at second, 2 down in the 7th. Weissert trying to battle through. He sets, and he'll step off as the pickoff play was not really on, but Story crept to the bag.
You know who I'm excited to see tonight? Hopefully, Jordan Hicks.
Yeah.
I want to see that arm.
You got a 4-run lead. Be a good time to roll him out. Activated today. Zach Kelly option down. 1-2. The pitch is low. Sweeper. And it's 2-2. Well, right here, Weissert really does need to be careful because, yeah, it's a 4-run game, but this is the guy who could launch most of all on this roster. 2-2 is just outside slider. And it's 3-2. Although I guess the truth be told, Will, look, 9-5, you got to attack. Austin Hayes, who homered his last time, is on deck. And now De La Cruz is on deck, is going to ask for time. His walk rate is up, strikeout percentage down. One of the true natural talents in the whole sport. 3-2 pitch. Inside, he walked him. That's such an easy take for De La Cruz. That was never a competitive pitch with a changeup. So now, Weissert really asking for trouble. 2-on-2 out. It feels like Andrew Bailey wants to come to the mound. He waits and he waits as Austin Hayes is just about to dig into the right-handed batter's box. Bailey waiting and waiting, and here he comes. Do we watch this team every day or what?
Yeah, and you got to be real careful in this spot. I mean, Hayes has been hitting rockets all over the place. He had the triple, had the homer in his last at bat, and that was against the nastiness of Crochet.
Now you get your wish. Hicks is up and throwing in the Red Sox bullpen. Stay tuned after the game for the Nissan post-game show. Nissan here to help you save this summer. Lower MSRPs on Rogue and Pathfinder. The possibilities are endless. Visit your local dealer today. It is amazing, Will. This season, there have been almost, other than Saturday this week, so very few stress-free games. I mean, you put 7 up in the first inning, you got Crochet on the mound, and you figure this thing's in cruise control.
Yes, absolutely, but that's not the baseball the 2025 Red Sox play, Willie. We play stressful baseball.
No doubt. It was Hicks, and now Bernardino is up and throwing for the Red Sox. You got a bunch of righties lined up for the Reds. What a big spot this is. Austin Hayes takes outside a sinker that missed badly. And it's 1-0. Wow. I mean, for a 4-run lead, this thing feels precarious right here. 1-0. Pitch way outside. I'm trying to wrap my head around what went into the change from Hicks to Bernardino. I guess maybe a higher stress situation, not knowing Hicks well enough yet. They might trust Bernardino more. 2-0. Pitch. Swing and a miss. Man, slider. That was a ball. He gifted Weissert that, and it's 2-1.
It was a ball, but it was a nasty slider. It started in the zone just about all the way to the plate. That's what got the swing and miss by Hayes right there. He was guessing heater.
But that'll drive an old school guy like Terry crazy. 2-1. I mean, he can't throw a strike and he just wail away at a ball. Weissert will take it. The 2-1. High fly foul on first base side. 94 at the top of the zone, and it's 2-2. So now Weissert is a pitch away from getting out of this mess. We've had runs scored in 5 of the last 6 half innings. 2-2. Does he have a put-away pitch right here? Weissert throws, and a ground ball towards short. Story goes to second, and it's just in time to get Ellie De La Cruz standing. And the inning is over. Nice job battling through for Weissert. Stretch time at Fenway. 9-5 Sox lead on the Shaws and Star Market. WEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Your burger is served, and this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. Its sweet profile perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger.
That is one perfect combination. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
Raising Cane's is the only fuel I need. Their chicken fingers always fill my tank. So when I'm running on fumes, I always refuel at Raising Cane's. But turns out, not everything's fueled by Cane's. Guess the old girl prefers her sauce unleaded. One love.
You hear that? That's the sound of Pepsi Zero Sugar.
the better tasting, more refreshing Zero Sugar Cola. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Let your taste decide.
Hi, Zoe Saldana. Welcome to T-Mobile. Here's your new iPhone 16 Pro on us.
Thanks. And here's my old phone to trade in.
You don't need a trade-in. When you switch to T-Mobile, we'll give you a new iPhone 16 Pro. Plus, we'll help you pay off your old phone up to $800, and you still get to keep it.
There's always a trade-in.
Not right now at T-Mobile.
I feel like I have to give you something in return for karma.
That's okay.
I don't really have much in my purse. Oh, let's see. Hand sanitizer. It's lavender.
I'm good. Seriously.
Let me check this pocket. Oh, mints?
Really, I'm fine.
Oh, I have raisins. I'm a mom. Wait 1 sec. I've got cupcakes in the car.
It's our best iPhone offer ever. Switch to T-Mobile. Get a new iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence on us. No trade-in needed. We'll even pay off your phone up to $800.
With 24 monthly bill credits, new line, $100 plus a month on experience beyond finance agreement, $999.99 and qualifying forwarded. For well qualified plus tax and $10 connection charge. Payoff via virtual prepaid card. Allow 15 days. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. See T-Mobile.com.
You're listening to the Sox on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network. Now, back to the play-by-play action.
On we go into the bottom of the 7th inning. Trevor Story, Connor Phillips, the hard-throwing right-hander, 9-5. It's been a little bit more stressful than we probably figured after the first inning. But as it is, the Red Sox with a 4-run lead. It was Story, and then Meyer and Hamilton. The Herb Chambers batting order. Trevor has homer and a double. He takes strike. Fastball, 97 miles an hour. Herb Chambers, Lincoln of Norwood and Lincoln of Westboro. Here in this 7th inning, Sox with 11 hits already. 1-1 to the backstop. That was spiked big time. I think it might be Jordan Hicks up again. It is in the Red Sox bullpen.
Yeah, Chapman starting his towel drills down there as he likes to do. But Jordan Hicks is getting hot.
1-1. Story pops it up. Behind second base, Matt McClain drifting back, calling everybody off. He's there to make the play. And there's one down. By the way, 7th inning, sponsored by Jeffrey Glassman Injury Lawyers. Boston's go-to injury attorney for over 30 years. He's been hurt in a car work accident. Got to get Glassman. All 7s at 617, and then 7 7s. So Story now 2 for 4. And now Meyer. Marcelo doubled in the first. He's 1 for 3. Pitch. Line shot up the middle into center field. That has got a chance at extra bases. Marcelo rounds first. He'll hold there. Is a nice job by Hines racing in. These young kids are doing it tonight. Anthony and Meyer. Marcelo's got his second hit, and he's aboard with 1 down.
Yeah, starting to get comfortable, right? Starting to get some at-bats under them, and you go up there looking off speed. You love that. He has a plan. He gets the curveball. He stays on it, drives it to the middle of the field. That's a mature approach from a young player.
4th career multi-hit game for Marcelo. Thanks to Terp for that one. Here's David Hamilton. Marcelo goes, pitches inside, throw to second, not in time, and he holds the bag, does Meyer. He was going in with a ton of heat there. Tag was close to his back, but Marcelo's sneak attack and a steal.
How rarely do you see, and they might want to take a look at this, and I think they are, Will.
First career steal for him. I thought he was safe. Let's see, another look. Yep, he is. Don't
Cincinnati's challenging the safe.
You know, the thing is, you thought the left foot was the first to touch the bag. It might have gone over the bag. And the question is, did the tag get to his back before that trail right foot hit the pillow?
Yeah, his front foot bounced off of the ground and grazed the top of the bag before bouncing over and in the air. But the left, his right foot that was under, that's close. Is that on his shoulder before that foot gets there?
I think he's going to be out.
I think so.
And again, we've said this a million times. I think his first career steal is going to come off the board. I loathe that rule. I know that's
beat
how
it by
it's
that
written,
much.
But I mean, he beat it by a lot.
Yeah.
He made it safe, and just for 1 millisecond, his foot is off the bag. I hate that.
And for this reason, this is why you see most guys go in head first, where they can go in with their hands. It's so hard to keep your foot on the bag when you're going in at top speed.
This one's going to be overturned. Laz Diaz is about to give us the word from New York. And again, as a sport that just purports to want to value player safety, so now we want guys going in hurting wrists and fingers rather than that. I mean, I get it.
That's why you're seeing all the oven mitts on the guy's hands.
Which is another dumb rule. You can put extra gear on your hand and be safe by a couple inches. Not to get on my soapbox, but anyway, I just think if you're safe, you're safe. It shouldn't be, if you beat a throw or a tag, you're safe. Even if you come off for half a millisecond. Here we go. Call from New York.
After review, the call's been overturned. The runner's lost contact with the bag and was tagged when his foot was off the bag. Cincinnati retains their challenge.
I just think the true North Star in this sport should be, what was the spirit of the rule when it was written 125 years ago? If you beat a tag for the first time, are you safe or out? Definitively, you're safe. It's the rule. They make the right challenge, but I just wish that we did not call the game that way. Really good instincts by Meyer. He beat it by a ton.
Yeah, good jump, but just couldn't stay on.
So many people hate it when I go off like that. Oh, well, 1-0 to Hamilton. Pitch is hard on the ground, chopper to first. It's handled by Encarnacion Strand, and that'll end the inning. Marcelo gets a hit, almost his first career steal, but alas, an overturn. We go to the 8th inning, 9-5 Red Sox lead. Shaw's and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox.
We know there's a lot that can go on during one night of baseball. Long home runs, epic pitching performances, catches that defy space, time, and gravity.
Climbing the wall. Did he catch it? He did!
But what if you could get all of that summarized in a quick, concise, and at least we think, funny podcast that's under 10 minutes? Check out MLB.com's morning lineup. It runs Monday through Friday mornings on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you love listening most.
Your burger is served, and this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. Its sweet profile perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger.
That is one perfect combination. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
What is insurance? Insurance transfers certain risks between parties.
Without insurance, the economy would really stop.
In simple terms, insurance is like community.
It's protecting every last asset that somebody has built over a lifetime.
You're in it together.
You feel supported
From the beginning to the end.
What insurance is taking care of people. It's definitely a way of life.
Cross Insurance, our way of life since 1954.
Celestial Seasonings invites you to experience a life full of flavor. At Celestial Seasonings, they're passionate about crafting extraordinary teas that invigorate the senses. From relaxing herbal teas to energizing black and green to refreshing cold brew iced teas and everything in between, there's a Celestial blend that's perfect for any occasion. Plus, they blend their teas using the finest herbs, teas, spices, and botanicals while packaging them in engaging, thoughtful boxes representing the goodness inside. Experience Celestial Seasonings today.
You're listening to the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Well, making his Red Sox debut is Jordan Hicks, one of the pieces the Red Sox got back for Rafi Devers. As we go into the 8th inning, it is 9-5 Red Sox. Hicks this year with the Giants made 9 starts, then sent to the bullpen, a 6.47 overall ERA. Did not go well. 20 walks in 48 2/3 innings. This guy's got one of the biggest, best arms in the whole sport. Pitch to Spencer Steer is a fastball 100, and it's 0-1.
Wow. And when he's at his best, too, it's not just swing and miss. It is one of the best ground ball rates in the game, with a really good two-seamer at 100.
One of the great young stars for the Cardinals for a while as he misses with a fastball up, and it's 1-1. This is a guy with 394 strikeouts in 400 career innings, but also 200 walks. Way too many. 1-1 the pitch. High fly into shallow left field. Duran will drift in. He's there to make the play. And there's one away in the top of the 8th. Cardinals then traded to the Blue Jays in 23, where he was also sort of erratic, although pitched pretty well for the Jays. Then signed a big deal with the Giants before last season. The Red Sox and Giants were down to it. It was down to those two teams, and then Sox got their man in the Devers deal. He is 28 years old, born in Houston, Texas. Sinker, sweeper, four-seamer primarily. One out, bases empty. The pitch is inside to Tyler Stevenson, right-handed hitter. And it's 1-0. Pitch. Strike on the outside corner. Signed a 4-year, $44 million deal with the Giants, and then almost a year and a half later, here he is with the Red Sox. 1-1 is a splitter. Strike on the outside corner, 1-2.
Well, that's a good sign, right? You're looking at the fastball. Everyone gears up for the 100-plus. Can he throw secondary pitches for strikes? That'll be the game changer.
1-2 is outside. This is sort of like the poster child, Will, for everything the Red Sox are trying to do. And by that, I mean, let's maximize everything you throw. Let's get into all the mechanics, the skeletal stuff. How does your body operate at its highest level? 2-2 to Stevenson, and a fastball fouled off on the first base side.
So part of this first outing for me is watching his usage. What he uses the most and what's changed from when he was in San Francisco to now with this pitching infrastructure. And that split finger, he's hardly thrown it all this year. And when he did, it was only to lefties.
Well, they really want him to throw a slider, too. It was something he had with St. Louis, went away from with the Giants, 2-2. 9-5 Red Sox in the eighth. The pitch is strike three called. 99-mile-an-hour fastball, and they're two away.
Yeah, and normally when you see 98 to 101, you think, okay, this is a four-seamer. It's straight. This is a two-seam fastball. This is a backdoor two-seamer at 99. Off the plate until it gets about a foot in, and then it breaks back to the plate. It's a phenomenal pitch.
Listen, we've seen this guy in the past, particularly with the Cardinals. At times, he was one of the great arms in the game. Rhys Hines chops one to the left side. What a pick by Meyer. He leaps, throws to first. Dug out by Toro. Inning over. That was spectacular on both sides. Meyer, a snow cone pick way to his left. And then on a leaping throw, Toro is third. Great pick of the night. And it's a 1-2-3 debut for Jordan Hicks. 9-5 Red Sox lead going to the bottom of the eighth in the Shaws and Star Market. WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Arbella Insurance has been doing business in the New England community for over 35 years. They're your friends, your neighbors, and fellow Boston fans. They do the wave at the ballpark together and get stuck in the same Sturo Drive traffic. At Arbella, being your neighbor helps them provide you with the coverage you need to drive, live, or run a business in this part of the country we call home. Arbella, here for Boston fans, here for good.
Find what you love, love what you find. A Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you. Spirits and beer, thousands of wines. Guides in the know and prices so low, it just might blow your mind. You're gonna find what you love and love what you find.
With curbside pickup and delivery available, you'll always find what you love, only at Total Wine & More.
Drink responsibly, B21. Your burger is served. And this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. Its sweet profile perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger.
That is one perfect combination. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
There are giants among us. They are the men and women building and sustaining our Navy's next-generation submarines. If you're ready to go big, get on board. We build giants at buildsubmarines.com. Paid for by the U.S. Department of the Navy in partnership with Blue Forge Alliance.
We're right back to the Sox on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Tonight, in a lot of ways, good times do feel so good, so good. As Cedon Rafaela will lead it off. Connor Phillips is riding along here for Terry Francona. 9-5 Red Sox as we're in the bottom of the eighth inning. Cedon, only hitter without a hit tonight. Pitch to him is right underneath us. Are you kidding me?
That was right at you.
I mean, just beneath our booth. Come on. We got 1 6 inches to my left and 1 6 inches right below me. What are we doing? Come on. 0-1 to Cedon. We're a magnet tonight. The pitch is drilled into the gap in left center field. He's got a hit, and more than that. It two-hops the wall. Cedon is going to round second. He's thinking about it. He will wisely put on the brakes at the second base bag, and it's a lead-off double in this bottom of the 8th inning.
Well, now all 9 starters have a hit, so that's good. You can't be the only guy in a game like this and not get a hit. And that was a ringing double, smoked in the gap by Cedon.
So now, 4-run game. Duran comes up for the 5th time. He homered inside the pesky pole his last time. 15th double of the year for Cedon. The pitch is a chopper foul on the first base side. Well, this game has featured some of the things, if you're a glass half full type of person, which we both are, that the Red Sox could dream upon if they're going to make a run in the second half of the season.
Well, of course, you look at this roster and you say, can they do it? Can they win with this team? Obviously, certain things have to happen and certain guys have to overperform.
0-1 outside with a fastball. It's 1-1.
I also think, obviously, you're going to get the Bregman bat back, but I still think you need one more. I think you need to add an arm also.
And you're only going to do that, though, if you win and stay in it.
Bingo.
That's why the next couple weeks are so important. 1-1 to Duran, way outside, a fastball at 97. But, I mean, Anthony's look good, Myers look good, and all of a sudden, Will, I think people in some ways are underplaying what Cedon Rafael is doing for the last month. I mean, he's one of the great young players in the game. Full stop of late. The 2-1 is outside. You pair the defense with the discipline and the power at the plate.
Well, we've always said if he can just be an average hitter, he's going to be a phenomenal player because of the defensive side and the speed dimension he gives you as a team. But if he's swinging the bat how he's been swinging it, we're talking about a very good ball player.
3 balls and a strike to pitch. Duran takes outside, ball 4. Fastball and missed badly. And the Red Sox have 2 on with nobody out. Fresh cherries are bursting with flavor and now on sale at Shaw's and Star Market. Get Northwest cherries for $1.97 a pound. You use the digital coupon, 2 bags limit. Short on time, order free curbside pickup or delivery. Shaw's and Star Market, the official supermarket of the Red Sox radio network. All right, here we go. A real chance for Roman Anthony. Reached on that critical error in the first inning. This thing was touted as a big-time pitching matchup between Crochet and Burns. You figured 2-1 in 2 hours and 10 minutes. Anything but.
Except baseball never makes sense. Ever.
It's a beautiful mirror of life in that way. 2 on, none out. 9-5, a chance to break it open once again for Roman Anthony. Phillips throws, and Roman takes a ball outside. I love what Alex Cora said to me in the pregame. I said, is it just that he's getting more pitches to hit? He said, no. The luck is evening out. I mean, he's hit the ball hard for 2 weeks running. 1-0. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Curveball. It's been such a great game, so much going on, that we haven't had too much time to reflect on what Alex Bregman said before the game. How he's so far ahead of pace. All the way back into baseball activities. 1-1 to Roman. Pitch is outside. Sweeper. And I love not only the prospect of his return to the lineup, but watching him minute after minute talking to Marcelo and this guy, Roman Anthony. He's all over these young players with the iPad in hand. 2-1 pitch is swung on and missed. A sweeper. That was a great pitch and a big rip from Roman. And it's 2-2.
Yeah, when I see him sitting down and putting so much time into the young players, it just makes me think about the future, right? Like, okay, maybe I know all these opt-outs and we're talking extensions and all this, and that makes me think he wants to be here. He wants to win here.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Anthony. 2 on, none out. 9-5 Sox. The pitch is strike 3 call. He was looking, I think, for breaking stuff there was Roman. Frozen by a fastball. And there's one away for Abraham Toro. You know, Rob Bradford asked him that because Scott Boras, when we were out in Anaheim, said he and Alex are wide open to all extension talks, any negotiation. Alex said, look, I'm on the same page with Scott. I'd love to be here. We'll talk. The pitch to Toro is in the dirt. Curveball, 1-0. I'm with you. Look, this is a guy who made the Red Sox and all these other teams fill out a 16-page questionnaire about what his future looked like. And he talked about Duran and Meyer and Anthony as the reasons he wanted to be here. 1-0 to Toro. Phillips throws, and a check swing in the dirt. It is 2-0. I have a hard time believing, Will, that after all that thought and work, that after 1 year he's just going to ditch it all and start over.
Yeah, and that just shows the winning player that he is, right? It's about winning. It's not, obviously the dollars are nice, right? You're making that much money. I get it, but he wants to win. He wants to know what's next. What's up with the system? What's the next wave of players that I'm going to play with?
2-0 to Toro. Pitch is high, 3-0. And I think it's not at all a leap to say the minute they traded Rafi Devers, Craig Breslow sent a not very subtle signal to Alex Bregman. This now is your team. Even injured. 3-0. The pitch to Toro is a strike on the outside corner.
I think it was already Bregman's team.
Yep.
But I think even more so to the public eye. And that was part of the problem with Rafi. Was he didn't want that leadership role.
3-1 to Toro. 2-on, 1 out. The pitch is outside, ball 4. So now the bases will be loaded for Carlos Narvaez. Results of our New England Chevy Twitter poll. Where does Terry Francona rank amongst the all-time managers? You got to love a Boston fan base. 33% say top 10, 33% say top 5, 18% say the greatest of all time, which I love. Hey, got us duck boats in 04, right?
Sometimes you lead with your heart and not your brain. But I would say top 10. I'd put them right around 10, I think. You start looking at the guys ahead of them. 9, 10. I think there's 12 guys ahead of him in wins. He's 6 away from 2,000.
Terry Francona is having a very heated chat with your friend Mike Napoli as the pitching coach comes to the mound here. I mean, are they talking about cribbage, pinochle? What are they talking about here? What to do on the mound?
They could be deciding, since Daisy Buchanan is not around anymore, where they should go postgame. Because that was the spot.
Yes, it was. I mean, Tito is a baseball lifer. It is his natural habitat, a clubhouse at a major league ballpark. Away from the game and back in with these Cincinnati Reds. Bases loaded for Narvaez. He swings and misses at a sweeper. He was thinking about a slam there. Over the top of a breaking ball, and it's 0-1.
I think he'll end up managing, by the way. He sees the game different. He's a leader of men. Just kind of a dirt dog mentality, which we saw when he was in a Red Sox uniform. He'll make a great manager one day.
0-1 to Carlos Narvaez. Pitch is fouled back. Underneath us to our right. Stay tuned after the game for the Nissan post-game show. Nissan here to help you save this summer. Lower MSRPs. Rogue and Pathfinder possibilities are endless. You hear that over and over again. Every stop of the way. Red Sox then as a coach with the Cubs, and here with the Reds, he's just beloved by everybody who's around him.
Yeah.
0-2 is swung on and missed. Fastball. And they're 2 away. He has a real disarming presence about him, doesn't he? I mean, he was a great player. He's a sort of a star personality, but doesn't he sort of take the air out of the balloon to make everybody comfortable around him?
He does. He keeps things light, but also he had that ability both with Pedroia and Gomes to just get everyone to lock in and pull in the same direction, I guess you could say.
Bases loaded for Willier. The pitch is driven high into right field. This thing is back. It is out of here. A slam for Abreu. His second homer of the night. And it is 13-5.
Didn't have to run as hard on this one, Willie. Said, you know what, that inside the park stuff, I'm over that. I'm going to hit one over the wall. This was an absolute moon ball, and that padding you were looking for if you're in a Red Sox uniform.
So Abreu now 5 driven in and Terry leaves Napoli behind in the dugout as a slam for the Sox makes it a party at Fenway. It's got to be bright side time, you would think. 13-5, bottom 8, 2 down, bases empty. Back for more at Fenway on the Shaws and Star Market, WEI Red Sox Radio Network.
During this call to the bullpen, it's the perfect time to check out all the great content at buyfordnow.com. Find Ford offers you won't see advertised anywhere else. Search Ford dealer inventory for your dream vehicle. Compare Ford SUVs, trucks, and electric vehicles versus the competition. Calculate your trade-in value and learn about exclusive offers for military and first responders. So, visit buyfordnow.com and then see your New England Ford dealers.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
For the Reds, number 35, Jose Trevino. Red Sox all over the Cincinnati Reds, 13-5 after the Buehler grand slam. And fans are partying here at Fenway. I have a question for you, Will Middlebrooks, and I'd love to get this answer from the Elias Sports Bureau of the Red Sox PR department. Is it possible that Buehler Abreu is the first player in the history of the game to have an inside-the-park home run and a grand slam in the same game? I mean, that's outrageous.
Oh, I don't know. Ooh.
Here's Trevor Story, who takes a curveball outside for ball 1. Nissan just had something up on the screen. Maybe Pokey Reese did it. I don't know. Here's a 1-0 pitch that is fouled at his feet. It's 1-1.
Jose Trevino on the bump. Pumping
Wow.
53 in there.
Third career pitching performance. Now, that's incredible. 1-1. Pitch is a slider outside. It's called a slider. That's not. It's just a gravity ball at 57 miles an hour. 2-1 to Story. Popped. If Loomer gets another one, I'm going to go crazy. That was just short of him. You roll your eyes and it's 2-2.
I was reading a stat. I looked up
down.
and I just saw a ball right there.
2 balls, 2 strikes. That is way outside. This is the theater of the absurd now. Trevino does not look the part here. You have to be trailing by 8, and the minute they are, they put somebody. You have to be ahead by 10 or trailing by 8 to do this. And a walk to Story as the pitch misses up and in. You know, some hitters don't mind this. It can mess with your timing at other times, but Red Sox seem unbothered. They got 7 runs in the first inning off the Reds starter, and now Marcelo takes a slow pitch outside for ball 1.
I hated face-it position players. And you think, oh, it's so easy. He's just floating them in there. You've been seeing 95 all game, and then you get a guy floating them. It's tough one, too, that they throw slow ones and they'll zip a couple in at harder, 20 miles an hour harder.
So here's the thing. The Red Sox PR just said that Pokey, as Marcelo takes a strike in there 1-2, did it in 04, but that's just a conventional home run and inside the park. I'm serious. I don't know how many times in the game that's ever been done as Marcelo takes a curveball low 2-2 inside the park, homer and a slam. Honestly. Here's a foul by Meyer and a 63-mile-an-hour pitch. He really humped up there. Did Trevino, and it's 2-2.
No pressure, Terp. Who finds it first?
Two to Meyer, pop foul on the third base side. Espinal over by the wall. Had room, but short-armed it. That was a Brent Suter Velociraptor there, and it stays 2-2.
Isn't it crazy, too, that, like, if that is the case, that at this point in baseball, after 150 years, there's still things that haven't happened.
I bet you somebody
had to have, right?
But isn't that such a bizarre combo?
Totally.
Because normally there's speed guys who get the inside the park. 2-2 to Meyer is strike 3. And the inning is over. Trevino laughing. And so is Buehler. A slam and an inside the park job. We go to the top of the 9th inning, 13-5. Red Sox lead on the Shaws and Star Market Radio Network.
Your burger is served, and this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. Its sweet profile perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger.
That is one perfect combination. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
We know there's a lot that can go on during one night of baseball. Long home runs, epic pitching performances, catches that defy space, time, and gravity.
Climbing the wall. Did he catch it? He did!
But what if you could get all of that summarized in a quick, concise, and at least we think, funny podcast that's under 10 minutes? Check out MLB.com's morning lineup. It runs Monday through Friday mornings on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you love listening most.
Funny how quickly there's no time to stop. Becomes maybe we do need a stretch. When you hear the word McChicken. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Fresh cherries are bursting with flavor and now on sale at Shaw's and Star Market. Right now, get Northwest cherries for only $1.97 a pound when you use the digital coupon, limit 2 bags. Short on time, order free curbside pickup or delivery. Shaw's and Star Market, the official supermarket of the Red Sox Radio Network.
People always ask me, hey Livy, what fuels you? Passion? Competition? The pursuit of greatness? None of those things. Raising Cane's is the only fuel I need. Their cooked-to-order chicken fingers always fills my tank, and the crinkle-cut fries and Texas toast are the perfect top-off for the perfect road trip. So when I'm running on fumes, I always refuel at Raising Cane's. But turns out, not everything's fueled by Cane's. Guess the old girl prefers her sauce unleaded. Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love.
Your smart speaker to play, 93.7 WEEI. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
13-5 here, top 9. Red Sox offensive explosion continues after Buehler Abreu goes deep with grand salami in the bottom of the 8th.
Still waiting to find out whether anybody can unearth whether that's ever been a combo that's occurred. An inside the park home run and over the wall grand slam. Jorge Alcala takes a strike on the outside corner. I feel like
would it count if it was conventional home run and then an inside the park grand slam? Because now we're twisted.
Here's Jorge Alcala, who fires a curveball that misses outside. And it's 1-1. Remember, it was here at Fenway Park on a twilight night where Raimel Tapia hit the ball over Jarren Duran for an inside the park grand slam. He did not hit a conventional homer that night, I don't think, although that was an absolute demolition. 1-1. Strike on the outside corner. Sinker. And it's 1-2. Crazy, crazy night. 13-5 Red Sox. They are all smiles in the dugout. 1-2. The pitch is line foul on the first base side. Updated box score, 13 runs, 14 hits, an error for the Red Sox. 5-7-1 for the Reds. Brought to you by the Mass State Lottery. Make it the best night ever. Grab your friends, pick your numbers. Celebrate the night with Keno in the Mass State Lottery. You've got to be 18 years or older to play. I bet Tito's played Keno before. 1-2 is chopped foul on the third base side.
It has to do with making money. Tito's down.
Of course, Knapp is a pretty good gambler himself.
My good. I've never seen anyone sit at blackjack tables longer than Napoli. If he's on a heater, he will sit there for 24 hours if he needs to.
1-2 is a foul ball picked out of the dirt by Narvaez. You've shown me some final photos of bricks of cash for Napoli.
Bricks. He just told that story on the, what's the name of the podcast with Eric Hosmer?
Oh, yeah.
Digging Deep. Is that the name of it?
I've seen the clips. I don't
Well, he walked away with $600,000.
Sure. He sent you a picture of the cash on a hotel bed.
And it had the piece of paper you could put on your door that says "Make a green choice" right next to it.
He made a green choice that night.
Oh my God.
1-2, top 9, 13-5 Red Sox. Pitch fouled off the inside of the handle there.
And the next day, he didn't start till like 2:30 in the morning. Well, who knows what he was doing before that, but he gets there, he starts, he's on a heater. He's calling Tito the next morning because they have Fan Fest the next day in Cleveland.
1-2, fouled on the first base side.
And Tito says, if you're on a heater, I got your back. Stay there. So he stayed. He was there for 14 hours. At one point, he was up to 900.
Wow.
Left with 600. Poor guy. Hang in there.
1-2. Pitch is drilled into left field. This thing's going to catch some green on not on a hop, actually, at the bottom of the Mason sign, just to the left of the manual scoreboard. So a wall ball single for Strand. Nice job out there by Duran and left. That little story, though, Will, is one of the many. I mean, it's thousands of those that underscore why Terry Francona has been so successful as a major league manager.
I want to know, had it been a game the next day, would he have handled it the same? Yeah, Knapp's sick. He's got a migraine.
Here's Santiago Espinal. It's a strike on the outside corner. By the way, these last couple innings have been a glimpse into sort of what Craig Breslow envisions in the bullpen. You got two guys throwing 100. Chapman in the back end of the bullpen to 0-1. Espinal takes a strike on the inside corner, 0-2.
And I think they really like the stuff from Alcala as well, right? He didn't have good numbers earlier this year, or even the last couple years, but they like the stuff and they think they can fix these guys.
0-2. Yeah, that is just inside a curveball. One and two. Pitch. Pop foul on the first base side. This is that part of the broadcast when people start sending you stuff online that is hard to verify. Somebody told me that Clemente one time hit both a conventional and an inside the park grand slam, but that seems like that would be sort of low-hanging fruit.
Right.
1-2. 13-5 Red Sox. In the ninth, pitch. Swing and a miss. Fastball 99. Sold out crowd here tonight at Fenway Park. The attendance report brought to you by Crispy Crunchy Chicken. If you're craving some crunch, get fresh hand-breaded chicken tenders or a crispy sandwich spiced just right here in the ballpark. What a game this is. I mean, Crochet has been so dominant so many times and not won, and tonight he gets 8 runs of support and will get the win. As a curveball from Alcala to TJ Friedel. There's a strike on the outside corner, 0-1.
Might be a late night pizza night for me.
I can understand that.
Would be a great choice. But I'm kind of
so disciplined. Oh, one and misses outside.
I am not.
You were in the North End last night with
your
wife and kids.
Oh. Is there a better place to be? Sunday night?
Not really. Anywhere on earth, the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Fastball. And it's 1-2. What's your go-to pasta order?
Oh, man. I like to try a lot of new stuff. I'm on this, like, spicy vodka sauce kick right now.
Arrabbiata.
Oof. El Diablo sauce, whatever you want to call it. It's my jam right now. Like a spicy sausage, some spinach.
I'll meet you over there after the game. 1-2. Alcala sets on the third base side. 13-5 Red Sox. The pitch is down and in. Breaking ball. A throw from Narvaez as the runner breaks from first. Not nearly in time. That's going to be a wild pitch on Alcala. And it's 2-2.
Yeah, was that a spot called Ben Codo? Have you heard of it?
Mm-mm.
Phenomenal.
Wow.
Phenomenal pasta dishes. So tomorrow, Nesson's doing that throwback game.
Mm-hmm.
The 75.
75 team.
Yeah. Here with the Reds in town.
2-2. Swinging a drive into right field. Long run back to his left for Abreu, and with a little leap, why not? He makes the play. 2 down. Red Sox an out away from a win. Over to third. On that play goes Encarnacion Strand. And I guess Lou's going to wear some really gaudy Howard Cosell looking yellow sport coat, and Jim Rice has got it on the postgame set.
Oh, Jim might not give it back. You know he likes the flashy suits. He still rocks them.
There's Matt McClain. The pitch is a little bit outside fastball. 1-0.
You can just hear the pop of that mitt. 99. Some good arms out there.
I mean, I remember seeing this guy with Minnesota going, wait a minute.
Yeah.
This is electric.
How do you unlock him?
13-5 the score. Here's a drive down the left field line, slicing toward the corner, but foul and out of play. And it is 1-1. Stay tuned after the game for the Nissan post-game show. Nissan here to help you save this summer. Lower MSRPs on Rogue and Pathfinder's, possibilities endless. Visit your local dealer today. One up and in, sinker, and it's 2-1. Red Sox needed this one badly. One out away. It's a ground ball off the glove of Alcala, and it's going to score a run. Hamilton comes in. Bare hands, has no play. Coming home to score from third is Encarnacion Strand. That's bad luck for the Red Sox, and it's 13-6.
Yeah, sometimes it's just better to let it go through and know where your defenders are playing. David Hamilton playing right up the middle. That would have been a pretty routine 4-3 to end this one, but Alcala got up and knocked it down.
So now one more chance tonight to look at Ellie De La Cruz, who really is such a specimen. He's got more power from this side. The pitch to him is a strike. On the inside corner with a curveball. De La Cruz, OPS of 932 against right-handed pitchers. 0-1. Here's a broken bat blooper behind third base. Meyer back to Duran in, and Jaron is there to make the play, and the game is over. Red Sox beat the Reds 13-6. Wilyer Abreu, an inside the park homer and a grand slam. The Red Sox support Garrett Crochet, and they start this series with a 13-6 win over the Reds.
You know, not many times does Garrett Crochet give up that many runs and still get a win, and the offense picked him up today. Wilyer Abreu, now 29 of his 45 RBIs coming via the home run. I can't even say he carried the offense. There were multiple guys who swung the bat well today. That was a fun one to watch.
Trevor Story hit the big 3-run homer in the first inning. Everybody involved in this one, young and old, the Red Sox got the job done. And a 13-6 win in the opener. Nissan postgame show is next on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Your burger is served, and this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. Its sweet profile perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger.
That is one perfect combination. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
As your summer fun gets into full swing, Shaws and Star Market are saving you time and money. Download the Shaws Deals and Delivery app to do your grocery shopping online. Right now, you'll save $30 off your first online order over $75. Just use the code SAVE30 and enjoy $30 off your first order. Plus, get free curbside pickup or delivery right to your door, shopped with care and ready in as soon as 30 minutes. Shaws and Star Market. Save time, shop online.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6812. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call
800-575-6812. That's 800-575-6812.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Want to listen to WEEI on the go? Just download the Odyssey app. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI. This is the Nissan postgame show. At Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Shop NissanUSA.com.
Fun one tonight, entertaining deluxe for the Red Sox. They beat the Reds 13-6. Garrett Crochet gets the win. He got major run support right out of the gate. 7 in the first for the Red Sox. They never looked back, although there were some nervy moments here tonight. The Red Sox chased the Red starter Burns in the very first inning. He gets the loss, his first in the big leagues, and he is 0-1. 13 runs, 14 hits, and errors, 6 left for the Red Sox. 6-9-1-6. For the Reds, 2 hours and 43 minutes to play in front of 35,691. You're listening to the Nissan post-game show. Well, Fleming along with Will Middlebrooks, this thing was a roller coaster ride. I mean, it seemed like it'd be smooth sailing. Will, big 3-run homer from Trevor Story in the first inning. Will, you're a brave and inside the park home run, an over-the-wall grand slam. And this was just exactly the kind of night I think this offense needed.
It sure was. And look, a 7-run first inning, and you end up winning by 7. So it mattered that you came out hot, whether you had a tip or not, on the starting pitcher Burns, that they got the job done. You had 5 guys with multiple hits. You have a couple guys in Story and Abreu that accounted for 8 of the runs. It's always fun when this team does this, where they put up runs like this. Obviously, had the 15-1 win a couple days ago against Toronto, and then this one picking up Crochet, where we thought he was rolling. We thought he had his special stuff tonight. He still had 9 strikeouts, but he did run into some hard contact there in the 3rd, 4th inning, and the offense was there to pick him up.
It is funny, like after 3 innings, even at the back end of that 3rd with a 7-run lead, you and I were sort of doing that unspoken thing where it's like, this guy is dotting everything. Let's not talk about it. But it might be one of those nights because he's got a lead, he's comfortable. And I think it's totally understandable, by the way, that with a 7-run lead, you get into the 4th inning, you're pitching to the score, and whether subconsciously or not, I mean, he's a human being, right? It's like every pitch it feels like he's thrown this year has been so pressurized. And isn't that the amazing thing? You played this game at the highest level. It is the razor-thin margin in your brain between convincing yourself this has to be perfect, and then a little later on, I mean, my stuff is good enough. I'll pitch to the score and pump strikes in the zone.
Right. Well, and there's something too when the hitters know, okay, he is at least the first 2 strikes. I know I'm getting something in this at bat to hit, and it's likely going to be the 4-seamer or the cutter, so they could look firm, and that's what they were doing. The sweeper was really good for Crochet today. A lot of swing and miss on that. He got a lot of strikeouts on that, but you have to win when your ace is on the mound. The Sox have won 4 of the last 5 Crochet starts, and that's how it should be.
No doubt about that. We'll step aside, check in the Red Sox clubhouse in just a moment. 13-6, the Red Sox win on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
People always ask me, hey, Livy, what fuels you? Passion? Competition? The pursuit of greatness? None of those things. Raising Cane's is the only fuel I need. Their cooked-to-order chicken fingers always fills my tank, and the crinkle-cut fries and Texas toast are the perfect top-off for the perfect road trip. So when I'm running on fumes, I always refuel at Raising Cane's. But turns out, not everything's fueled by Cane's. Guess the old girl prefers her sauce unleaded. Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love.
There are giants among us. They are the men and women building and sustaining our Navy's next-generation submarines. If you're ready to go big, get on board. We build giants at buildsubmarines.com. Paid for by the U.S. Department of the Navy in partnership with Blue Forge Alliance.
Fresh cherries are bursting with flavor and now on sale at Shaw's and Star Market. Hey, it's Lou. Today through Thursday, get delicious Northwest cherries, only $1.97 a pound when you use the digital coupon. You limit it to 2 bags. That's right, just $1.97 a pound for fresh cherries. When you shop with the Shaw's app, you get amazing deals. You earn points on every purchase. If you're short on time, order free curbside pickup or get delivery. Hurry in and get cherries for baking, snacking, and enjoying. Shaw's and Star Market, the official supermarket of the Red Sox Radio Network.
Your burger is served, and this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. Its sweet profile perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger.
That is one perfect combination. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. Your car, running or not, could be picked up as soon as the next day. No title, no problem. Go to carsforkids.org today.
1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Having health insurance is a must-have, and the Massachusetts Health Connector has a power-packed lineup in Connect-to-Care plans that delivers. At the top of the order, lower premiums make bumpy costs affordable. The middle of the lineup is packed with low copays and no deductibles, so you can save money on everything. From an urgent ER trip to managing chronic disease like diabetes and hypertension through no-cost prescriptions. Round out the order access to Connect-to-Care plans now at mahealthconnector.org, and you have a winning team with you and the Massachusetts Health Connector.
Hi, I'm Mike.
And I'm Mark, the owners of Reliable Fence, New England's leading fencing company.
We're a family-owned business that has delivered unbeatable value for over 70 years. Gramps thought that if he gave the best customer service with the best fence product, people would notice. And they have, with a 4.7-star Google rating from over 650 reviews.
That's right, Mike. Our high-quality fences protect and beautify your property, and always at a fair price. Plus, our dedicated year-round staff is always here for all your needs.
And right now, you can save big with our annual Spring Into Savings sale, where you'll save 20%.
If you've been thinking about getting a new fence or replacing an old one, now's the perfect time to take advantage of our awesome Spring Into Savings sale and save 20%.
Just go to reliablefencing.com. That's reliable, FENCING.com for the best fence around.
Reliable Fence. Take Boston sports with you wherever you go. Download the Odyssey app. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
A great night, entertaining at Fenway Park, and it all started in the first inning, triggered by a 3-run homer by the man who joins us in the Red Sox clubhouse. That's Trevor Story, who's had a lot of those big swings of late. Trevor, this is what it's supposed to be like on a big night at Fenway Park. Crochet on the mound. You guys launched in that first inning. It had to be real fun to be a part of that, no?
Yeah, that was awesome. Just especially coming off yesterday, we felt like, that was a big series. We wanted to win it, but to respond like we did today, especially in the first, with the beast on the mound, we felt really good about that.
Well, Trev, I know you guys don't like to talk about this stuff, but I got to ask. You guys had to have something on Burns. I mean, the guy's throwing 100. He's flipping 90-mile-per-hour sliders in there, change-ups, and you guys were all over everything.
Yeah, man, I think we didn't have anything on him. We were just super convicted in our approach, and we practiced that before the game, just like very, very adamant about what we were trying to do. And to a man, everyone executed it pretty well, and I think, that's the type of execution that happens when he's a good arm, man, and that's not an easy at bat. So the guys put together a lot of great at bats.
So take us through the homer in the first. It's breaking stuff on the outer side, and look, you have had some big home runs right there, Trevor. I mean, that is not a cheapie at all. You launched that thing to straightaway center field. Take us through that approach there.
Yeah, I felt really good about that swing. It's just kind of what we were working on, all day today. Pete Fatsy, man, his arm's about to fall off from throwing me live at bats in the cage. He's trying to get me out, and we're just going through the approach that way. And got a hanging breaking ball over the plate and tried to take it to center, and that's what happened.
So Trev, as one of the leaders in this clubhouse, a guy who's been around, he's been through it. When the club's going through a tough spot, a tough stretch. They're not playing good ball, and you're at that point in the season where wins matter a lot because of with the end of July coming up. You know you need to win ball games to keep putting the thing together. What do you do as a leader to keep these guys hungry coming to the field every day, especially with as young as you are right now?
Yeah, I think it's the positivity, man. I think the way you look at it, it's still, we're a little bit over halfway, and the word that we've been using is the opportunity, man. We have all of our opportunity ahead of us. We can control our own destiny, and that's all we need. And I think when you look at it that way, instead of what has happened in the past and living in the past, obviously it's not where we want to be, but the boys are showing up hungry, and I think that's what we've been leaning on.
I just want to follow up a little bit, Trevor, because I think it's so interesting that you said, that swing that you felt so good about is something you directly were working on before the game. Is that something that sort of occurred to you, that you were like, I need to fix this one thing, whether mechanically or just mindset or whatever? How did you decide, and how did it come to be that you said before the game, I got to grind on this one thing?
Yeah, it's more, kind of approach-based and what my intent is. And obviously, poolside air is the kind of the holy grail right now in baseball, and it's easy to kind of take aim at the monster there. And for me, just using the middle of the field and relying on my quickness, if I need to go out to left. And but yeah, it's just more about staying in there, man, and just really honing that approach.
Well, Trev, as always, we always love when you come on and we can talk ball with you. And I have one last really important question. I'm trying to find pizza for tonight. Do you have a favorite place? I know you're a big Domino's guy.
Domino's. Dude, I had Rocco's. Rocco's was good.
Okay.
I'm not I can't name the town, but it's kind of out there in Weston, but Rocco's was pretty solid.
I love it. That's not the exact. This is the last official question. We'll let you go. Thanks so much. You almost got Ellie De La Cruz on an impossible play. I mean, that dude is so fast. Trevor, that was awesome defense. I mean, you did everything you possibly could. You got to be feeling really good carrying the offense to the field, don't you?
Yeah. That was I think anybody else running, we might have had a nice play there. And but in my mind, that's kind of a win for me. But just doing everything we can offensively and defensively. Obviously, the defense needs to play every single night, playing shortstop here. So I'm very prideful in that, and it's been fun, especially here in June where we got the bat going.
I appreciate